I saw the topic of today's video, and I'm like, I gotta be here.
Yeah, it's like, so how you doing, all you beautiful sons of bitches? It's your boy Max here, and today we're watching this Ant video called Adults Killed Horror for Kids, but it won't stay buried, from FNAF to Goosebumps. So guys, thoughts on this fucking bullshit? Because for once, I actually don't know what to make of this bullshit.
My first thought is that you say buried like the angry video game nerd does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he could possibly mean. Like, people, even adults, are always nostalgic for Goosebumps and all that shit. So, how would they have killed it? If anything, they should drive a market for it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't, yeah, it's like, I don't know, I don't even, yeah, it's like, I don't know, Jacob, your thoughts on this shit?
Why does Ant dress up like the angry video game nerd while also having Tucker Carlson's face at the same time?
I don't know, man. Oh my god. I don't know. We'll just.
Allow me to present you with facts and evidence, because I am the angry video game nerd, okay? I'm an angry video game journalist.
Sort of knowledge. He just gives you anger.
That's why. Yeah. Oh no, I was blending Tucker Carlson with the angry video game nerd. He's like, I'm the angry video game journalist now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Tucker Carlson laugh, but he's like trashing on a game. He's like, this game is shit.
Imagine he likes a game in Russia.
He's like, well, Russia, do you even know how many video game developers there are in Iran? Well, then how can you assault their game? I don't understand.
Yeah. Anyways, but no matter what we make, no matter if we do or don't know what the point of this video is, what we do know is that
the Backseater is a peak fire YouTuber, and Anthony Gramuglia is a piece of human garbage.
Gonna be possibly streaming some games tomorrow, that president.
Nice. Anyway, John's moving up in the world. He's already got friends up in Washington. Anyway, without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into the video, shall we?
You ever notice we lost an entire subgenre of horror?
Trick or treat.
If you grew up in the 90s, Halloween was a special time of year.
It's still a special time of year. What are you talking about?
As opposed to it not being a special time of year in the decades before and after.
His nostalgia goggles shit, where everybody thinks that like things stopped being special as soon as they turned like 20. Like, remember back whenever I was a kid and everything felt nicer? It's like, yes, that's because you were a kid.
Yeah. Also, it's like, and I find it really ironic that Ant is being all like, "Oh, back in my childhood, shit was good." When I know for fact that he fucking derides other people for feeling that same thing right here.
Also, he probably changed all the shit from his childhood because he was like, "This was problematic."
Yeah. Oh, the Hex girls, they're too sexy. Oh, cover them up.
And also, like, he probably wanted all the people fucking fired because he's like, we need to diversify these creative teams, and then everything became shit. And he's like, well, I can't blame the diversity. Hang on.
Yeah. Anyway.
Defined by cartoons.
In his childhood, got stuffed in a locker.
Yeah.
It's annual specials.
Oh,
and McDonald's
why the hell
luring
did I
children.
get stuffed in this locker?
Yeah.
If you grew up in the 90s, Halloween was a special time of year, defined by cartoons laying out their spookiest annual specials, and McDonald's luring children in with cheap plastic toys. I associate the decade with scary stories for kids.
Yeah, and that shit you just mentioned still happens, you know, so I don't know why the hell you're acting like it stopped all of a sudden one day. Oh my god.
Look at his face.
A lot.
Yeah, his face here is like, yeah.
A lot. But one day, I looked around and realized there were fewer kids going out to get candy and costumes in Halloween. And I blamed studios for that.
Really? As opposed to, you know, stranger danger initiatives? Seriously? You're blaming film studios on this?
Watch out for the pucker-faced man down the street. He likes to talk to you about media literacy, kids.
Yeah, straight up.
God.
It's like
Wait
seriously,
a second, children, come back.
Like, seriously, as a kid growing up in the decade after Ant was growing up, I can confirm that it was Stranger Danger bullshit, not fucking Hollywood studios. Oh my god.
I agree with Backseat too. It was that shit.
Yeah.
Games, book publishers, toy manufacturers, the works. Halloween, and by extension Friday the 13th when this video comes out, is increasingly more catered to adults than children.
Okay, and alright, and even then, what's the problem with that?
Halloween, or Friday the 13th and Halloween, those were always kind of like rated for adults. I know like kids watch them, I watched them on TV and shit growing up, but like, yeah, technically there's a lot of sex and like murder and shit in those movies. I don't know if they were ever really catered to kids. Kids just found them.
Yeah, like GTA. It's like, it's not catered to kids, but they just fell into their laps anyway, yeah.
It's just funny, he like shows Friday the 13th, this series that's known for like getting the ratings board pissed off at them, and all the Hollywood people were like, this is inappropriate for everybody. Here's the producer's address. Go fucking harass him. That's what Gene Siskel did. And it's like, he's like, oh, clearly a kid's show.
Yeah, totally, yeah. Like, anyway.
It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that classic children's film.
Yeah.
They're like eating people at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Animatronics and haunts. But the kids miss out on all that, and that kind of sucks, you know? But by extension...
Okay, you still haven't really explained why it's a bad thing, and you're only really saying it's bad because it's not there anymore. It's also, like, okay, well, why does it need to be there to begin with?
There's also, like, a shit ton of, like, there's, like, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal that a ton of kids go to. There's, the... Kennywood has Phantom Fright Nights. That's a local theme park around Pittsburgh, and that's awesome. I see a lot of kids there. There's all these fucking, every farm makes like a haunted woods, and you know they do all their costumes and jumping out at you. I feel like there's a bigger market for these sort of attractions, and people always bring their kids. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Sounds like he's complaining for the sake of complaining here.
And the entire idea of children's horror has seen a serious dip and shift in the last few years.
So instead of it being so now you've completely contradicted the fucking title of your video. So you said adults killed horror, as in it just stopped and it went away. Now you're saying it dipped and shifted. Which one is it, bitch? Jesus H. Lucas, man.
And I wanted to know why. Why are kids missing out on things
Why is this thing that I just made up totally happening?
Yes.
With? What kind of horror are the kids into today?
And you've already shown. Well, you have Five Nights at Freddy's in the fucking title, and here's Huggy Wuggy. So there you go. These video games right here. That's your answer. So I don't know why you need to make this whole video.
And like with all things, are we recalling a blip that once was because companies exploited creators for control? Or
companies exploited creators for control.
You got a bunch of shit that you liked, and it was successful, and you're like, oh, but they exploited them. We can't have that. It's like, what do you mean exploited? Like, they made them work hard? Sorry.
Yeah, they made them do their jobs. How horrible. Yeah.
One time, somebody wanted to call in sick, and they didn't let them. Oh, my God. Was it really worth it to get the Goosebumps show? Yes.
Yeah.
Are we experiencing a new renaissance today because independent creators have taken the reins of creation themselves? Yeah, it's not that you're getting older, it's that business has ruined everything.
Of course they do.
What? People never want to blame a fucking creative or a writer. Or, you know, you can blame the businesses because they do have some retarded policies, but it's all the ones you guys like, so you're not willing to blame those.
Literally, yeah. It's like...
Because of fucking DEI, Ant all of a sudden just puts on a MAGA hat, and he's like, they need to start hiring for merit again.
Yeah. This reminds me of a fucking argument I got into with Ant's dick lickers and whatnot one day, where I was trying to explain to them, no, the reason Dragon Age the Veilguard sucks so badly was because of BioWare. It was because of BioWare, not because of EA. And fucking Ant his dick lickers were so fucking dead set on blaming EA, never blaming BioWare for anything, that they just refuse to see evidence that I put forward. It's like, I have been following BioWare for more than a decade now, and as someone who's familiar with their history and how they do shit, we can indeed blame BioWare for that piece of shit game. But no, they never want to do this. It's always businessmen at fault, never creatives.
Well, and then it's always the cycle too, because like before Veilguard came out, they were probably like, well, it's gonna be successful. You're just a loud minority. And then it like came out, and initially I remember people were running cover for it. They're like, oh, it is successful. See, it was #1 the week it came out because there were no other games coming out that were big.
Yeah.
And then once they realize that that's not going to fly, it's like they start going through the cycle. They're like, oh, well, then it's not so bad, or it always would have failed, or it's not their fault because the market or something is saturated. And then another game succeeds, and they're like, fuck, that excuse isn't working either. It's because the business people. Yeah, that's it. It's like everything to avoid fucking blame.
Anyway.
And that creatives are able to salvage everything. So let's talk.
Of course, it's the creative. It's all on the creators. The creators are great people. They'll fix everything. Just let the creators do their thing, and everything will be fine. It's like, no, Ant, you do realize that creatives have a nasty habit of being wasteful with money, right?
They also tend to get like completely unfocused when you just leave them to their own devices. Like, it happens a lot with like these directors in Hollywood where, you know, usually later on in their career, they'll just like be like, I'm just gonna make whatever I want to make, and they'll make some fucking esoteric bullshit that makes no money and is like one of the most horrid movies. Like, what's his face? The Godfather director, Francis Ford
Coppola.
Yeah, his most recent movie with it had like Adam Driver and all these famous people. Yeah, and it was like everybody just fucking railed on it, I remember, because it was just like, he's just like, I'm going to make whatever I want to make because I'm creative. It's like, you kind of need a little bit of guide rails or like a little bit of a hand check back into the lane of sanity if you're a super creative type.
And then here's a video game example. So for those who don't know about the fucking development of BioShock Infinite, basically 2K Games basically granted Ken Levine an insane amount of creative control to basically, you know, do everything he saw fit, and it proved super costly because Levine had poor management skills and he also had a super subpar work ethic. He kept approving ideas, then working on the ideas, but then he changed them all of a sudden without clear direction, and his ambitions continue to grow without any regards for time or practicality. And ultimately, the development cycle just bloated to Byzantine proportions because Levine kept changing his mind and tossing away content on a whim, including over 2 games' worth of material that the team had already poured years of work into. And of course, there was a high turnover of developers, many of whom quit in protest because basically Levine didn't have a unified vision. He kept worsening morale and the sheer difficulty of working for and demanding with his super mercurial attitude. And of course, 2K had to intervene to make sure that the product was profitable and shippable. So there you go. Yeah, it was fucked up anyway.
But before we do, I want to take a minute.
The more you know, the better. And knowing is half the battle.
To talk about something truly scary.
And being well faces.
Yep, here we go. Hang on. Something we need to know, folks. Here we go.
Being well groomed. I often.
What?
He wants to groom people.
Oh no! Ant's caught in 4K admitting
kids,
it.
and now he's talking about
Why
grooming.
is he always
and
make that face?
He's a big trans advocate, remember? So whenever he's talking about kids and grooming in the same video, you gotta watch out.
Oh no!
He's like, speaking of horror villains, I'm gonna come for your dicks.
Film these videos after taking a quick shower, which is why my hair looks wet in a bunch
Nobody
of these.
gives a shit.
And alright, my hair looks wet in every video. Well, maybe fucking wait for your hair to dry before making your damn videos then. How about that?
Backseat, he goes, you may notice some crusty bits in my hair, and that is totally hair gel and not semen, if that's what you're wondering. Anyways, moving on.
What's great is that today, I use some of the shampoo bars provided by our friends over at
Why did he say it like that? He's like, shampoo,
Kitsch
bars
is a
provided.
self-
It's like
Oh,
he
gee.
didn't know
Oh,
what the
is
fuck
this
he
a
was
fucking
reading.
sponsorship?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Wait, I need
gay.
to see what it is so I can avoid ever buying it.
Hang on. Okay, hang on. Something called Kitsch. Hang on.
Oh, good. I don't buy that. I buy
High-quality
Dr.
products
Squatch because
at
it had
affordable
Sydney
prices.
Sweeney in a bathtub.
And they
in the
provided
one
me with
commercial. I was
something
like,
to do
I'll
with
buy
rice
that.
water.
Oh my god, this is gay, Ant. Save this shit for the end. Holy hell.
Back to the video.
Also, when you finish with my video, be sure to check out my friend Crimson Ender's video
No.
on 5 Nights.
Let's not, but say we did.
Unless it's on
Freddy's.
Backseat, boys. I'm never watching that.
Yeah, we could probably watch this after this video. Maybe
Not
that.
good enough.
You realize that having like an animal mask and your character is like a furry, it really doesn't do anything at that point.
Yeah.
Like, it's like whenever Kakashi Sensei takes off his mask and there's just another mask under it. It's like nothing changed. You're a fucking animal still.
One of the more interesting components of the franchise. I won't say too
Why is
much, but he
is
does.
he like trying to do like a weird voice right now?
I don't know.
Sounds
Ant is
different.
trying to do ASMR.
It's like, oh, hey, watch my friend's video.
Like, no, Ant, your friend is cringe, gay, and needs to die. Anyway.
Whoa.
analyze
Yeah, I said it, so what? Anyway.
whether
Well, it's
or
true.
not
It's true.
It's true.
In a video game.
Five Nights at Freddy's
In a video
Of
game,
natural
yes.
causes.
remembered as something truly frightening, or as more of an enigmatic mystery worth unraveling.
Would you like one of my flowers?
Alright, here we go.
Children's horror. How did it all start? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Well, the thing
Where did
is,
it come from,
if you
Cotton Eye Joe?
Heh.
go back far enough, monster films were always seen as children's entertainment. Though we now
I'm gonna press X to doubt on that, Ant. Sorry, no.
They used to be more accessible simply because they were more tame, but that was just kind of movies at the time. They weren't like super hardcore bloody or anything.
Yeah.
see them as classics, many of the monster films from the 30s, 40s, and even 50s were made with children's matinee showings in mind.
No, I don't think so, Ant. No.
Yes, granted, the original Dracula was marketed as a sweeping romance, but following the re-releases of Dracula and Frankenstein in the 30s,
Oh, hang on. It was marketed as a sweeping romance. Hang on. Meanwhile, it had this fucking as a film poster. Oh, can't you guys feel the romance radiating off of this poster here?
Like, yeah, I'm not sure what the trailer was like that they would have showed in theaters then, but because that would have really been the only other marketing you could do back in the 30s is the poster and like the in-theater trailer. So, and I guess like maybe radio ads or whatever, but hang on, what does it say at the bottom there? Story
of the strangest passion the world has ever known.
Ooh, see, that's sort of vaguely romantic passion. Even though it has a big scary monster attacking a dude.
Yeah. Oh my, fucking ridiculous.
sweeping
I
romance.
just like how it puts it in quotes. Dracula's like, no, that's my name. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Following the re-releases of Dracula and Frankenstein in the 30s, studios realized kids loved coming to these movies, and kids gravitated towards monsters in a way that was very interesting.
And I don't think you want to fucking show this part and say kids gravitate towards monsters, because this girl fucking dies right here.
She'll come back in the reboot. And
Yeah.
She'll be like 100-something-year-old lady with an eye patch or something. Be like, I survived the river, Frank.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, she'll come back as a man.
Oh no. Oh jeez, I just got deja vu. I saw us making that joke in a dream. Holy shit.
Again, Backseater's
what?
always dreaming of us. It's creepy.
I'm just psychic like that. I see it in the future, man. Anyway.
I can see the
They-
future.
Sympathized with them, related to them, saw some of themselves in these fiends. These
Okay, dude, no kid legit saw themselves in that. What the fuck?
Reading the minds of 1930s kids now, Ant. You were around back then. You really said that with a lot of confidence. I'm not sure if there was a lot of documentation of why the children liked the films.
And if there's any fucking bullshit like that going on with kids, if the kids saw these monsters, I guarantee you they'd be more like, "Whoa, that guy's badass!" more than, "Whoa, I see myself in that guy."
And guess what? I watched a lot of not these movies, but I watched a lot of the '80s fucking slashers and stuff as a kid. You know what I liked? Whenever the teenagers would die.
Yes.
I rooted for Jason. He was cool, and I dressed up as him before I even saw a fucking Friday the 13th movie because he's that much in like the fucking pop culture.
Yeah, he's just that badass. Oh yeah. Hey, Lore Master Chris, we heard about that. Like we were hoping we would maybe we'll check it out one day, but for now, Ant is still primary target numero uno.
I'm sure if you ask Ant's fans, that video lacks media literacy or something.
Yeah, probably. It's like Ant's got upset at Literature Devil for not like understanding quotes by some fuck off guy who no one ever heard of.
It's probably like his stupid author of Earthsea that he's always referencing as like
Ursula
the god of
K. Le Guin, yeah.
If she
Also,
says it must be true.
Also, Lore Master Chris, there's the link if you want to join. Anyway.
Outsiders, these abused misunderstoods. Boris Karloff.
No, they're understood. They kill people. The only misunderstanding is at the beginning, whenever Dracula lures the woman in and then kills her. So,
yeah.
Are you saying all the kids are secret monsters?
And looks like he's capturing somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, no, kids, don't fear the strangers that are trying to lure you into their home like Dracula. They're just misunderstood, like me. Come on.
Oh my god. The only real character you can say is misunderstood is Frankenstein, but he still kills people. So,
he's simple-minded and kind of beastly, which, you know, the angry mob misunderstands him, but he also is dangerous. He's also a super strong, super stupid person, so...
Yeah, the brute. Anyway.
Price both cited young audiences as one of the main reasons why they kept doing...
God damn it, Kermit! You're gonna get arrested for assault now!
You're gonna give him a hickey. Vincent Price is like, no, bad touch. No means no, Kermit.
I don't know, maybe
like, no
Vincent
means yes, Mr. Price.
Doing these genre films.
Yes means yes.
That and the continual paychecks, of course.
Hey, Vincent.
Hang on. What did he say about continual paychecks? Hang on.
Boris Karloff and Vincent Price both cited young audiences as one of the main reasons why they kept doing these genre films. That and the continual paychecks, of course.
Okay, you got a quote to back that up, Ant? Because I seriously doubt that Boris Karloff and Vincent Price were doing this just for the kiddies.
No, Backseat, but I do have this smile for you.
Well, if you're gonna give me that smile, Ant, that face is going on the thumbnail.
Oh, that is creepy.
I think Ant just became trans with that face. He kind of lost all of his, like, what little masculine features he had when he contorted his face like that.
Yeah.
Those look like a librarian.
Yeah.
Hey, Vincent, you were really super tonight. Hey, let's give him another hand.
Oh, no, Kermit. Let me give you one.
It was ultimately the popularity of the monster films among children that
My
led
barber
people
used to do a trick. He would always be like, you know, he'd be shaving like the side of your head or something, and he'd be like, oh, uh-oh, and he'd have a fake ear that he would throw out in front of you. And he had the fucking Mad TV character that, like, you know, super
Alfred E. Newman. Yeah,
he would have that taped onto a mirror and be like, "Hey, what do you think?" He'd hold it up in front of you.
Oh, funny shit. Anyway,
believe all horror fiction was aimed for children, and they treated
no,
all of it.
All of it.
We need the clip of Piccolo. All of them.
Yeah.
it as such. Any horror that deviated too far from the childhood audience was criticized by parents' rights groups, the government, etc. And no,
I'm feeling that those fucking people were complaining more about them being fucking gory for the time instead of them not being for the kiddies.
You gotta remember, like, in 1960 when Psycho came out, like, there were all these reports of people puking all over the theater and, like, how horrifying it was. And if you go and watch that movie today, it's, like, super tame. Yeah, they hardly show anything. So, like, audiences just had different sensibilities. And like I said, it wasn't like there was a shit ton. Like, when did the fucking R rating and shit even come out? Like, it used to just be like you just made your movies kind of appropriate for all ages, for the most part.
1968.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like there was like super gory other than like fucking pornos that you'd go to the drive-in for, but yeah, but it was like, or you know, the special theaters that only adults could go to, but it's not like they were releasing major motion pictures that were like super gory R-rated shit because it didn't even fucking exist.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nowhere was that more obvious than the case of EC Comics.
They get married.
It's
after an
DC Comics, Aunt. Jeez. Nah,
lurid description illustrated.
Why the fuck are we talking about the seduction of the innocent in this fucking video about fucking kids horror? What the hell?
Well, Backseater, that's because we call it filler time. Here we go. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Here we go.
Of course, the couple's wedding night. The book shows how the bride murders her husband by chopping his head off
needs
with
to
an
go
axe.
ahead and shave his head. Just let it go, man. It's
yeah,
going
just
away.
let it go, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the widow's peak.
This comic book describes a sexual aberration so shocking that I couldn't mention even the scientific term on television. I think there ought to be a law against them.
I guess it's somewhat fitting for this channel that it all comes back to comic books. EC Comics.
Yeah,
my
you're
God.
such a comic nerd.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm a real fan.
I've
Yeah.
read tons
Comics
of wikis on comics.
Yeah.
Comics was a small publisher who made their mark selling graphic horror stories. Tales from the Crypt were their flagship series, but there was also The Vault of Horror, The Haunt of Fear. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt is the catchier title. These stories were very famous for their grotesque imagery, cruel twist ending.
Terrible.
Yeah. Wait, what was that, John? Sorry, what?
The other titles weren't that terrible. He just
Yeah.
like took a dig at them.
And the horror host of the comic observing everything with a sadistic glee. Think Twilight Zone's Rod Sterling crossed with Freddy Krueger. Kids loved these comics.
Oh,
the
we know the
grotesque
Crypt Keeper. There was a show and a movie.
imagery within.
No, John. Ant has to over-explain everything to show off his nerd cred.
Parents' rights groups and the conservative American government hated them.
What about the effect of these comic books on the children?
All of our testimony from psychiatrists
I have a
and
question.
children themselves.
What?
Who do you think's a bigger nerd, Ant or Will Wheaton?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Will Wheaton because he at least has more real nerd cred than Ant. Also because I want to spite Ant. Anyway.
Show that it's
I
very
agree
upsetting.
with that. I just think
it has a
just stupid.
bad moral effect, and that it is directly responsible for a substantial amount of juvenile delinquency and child crime.
The comics ran from 1950 before abruptly ending in 1955.
What's
thanks
the point
in no
of all
small
this anyway?
I don't know, man. Ant gotta flex his nerd cred.
part to the Comics Code Authority, a self-censorship board created in the wake of multiple hearings following the publication of the book Seduction of the Innocent, that claimed that comic books were responsible for inspiring violence, horror, and homosexuality in the youth of America. EC Comics was a primary target, but also Wonder Woman and Batman were targeted by this same group, and by extension, the hearings that resulted from its publication.
One researcher, Carol Tilley, examined passages from Seduction of the Innocent with the evidence Dr. Wortham had used to support his claims. Ms. Tilley, who later published her findings, discovered that the discrepancies between the book and the clinical research were quite numerous.
And while Amicus Productions did make a series of decidedly adult adaptations of EC Comics' body of work in the 70s, it was George Romero and Stephen King who revived the tradition of Tales from the Crypt in 1982's Creepshow, an anthology horror classic.
Creepshow, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
Creepshow is an anthology horror film about a comic that future author Joe Hill is reading, filled with some gruesome horror, people growing plants out of their flesh and roaches erupting out of people's chests. It's all good stuff, and it's made to capture the vibe of the original Tales from the Crypt story, and it proved to be a big hit, so much so that studios wanted more. But let's hold off on continuing that thread for now. Creepshow will come back into play.
It was
later
irrelevant.
Yes.
That being said, though, Creepshow I think was more successful than the Amicus Tales from the Crypt adaptation of the 70s, in part because it captured the gruesome, over-the-top nature that these comics often featured. It was also not appropriate for children at all. Creepshow is not a kid's film, but a lot of people of the 80s and 90s, they might have seen it a little earlier than you probably should have, we'll say.
Steve believes it's much more frightening. When you know that something's behind the door, your imagination makes it a lot more frightening. Once you see the monster, you start dealing with it, and it's sort of
You can
resolved.
also
So
make a
much
scary
of the time,
monster. I always don't like this excuse. It can work to just hold things in your imagination, but you can also live up to the expectation.
Yeah, straight up.
time in Creepshow is spent saying, don't go in there, don't put your hand in that box, and it's more anticipatory than it is shock and sorrow.
But so far, Creepshow is not a story made for kids. But don't worry, we'll get there soon enough.
But this is not a tale defined solely by EC Comics, Crypt Keeper, and all that. Actually, there was one other comic, a strip from 1938 that lasted for several decades, that was just as influential.
We know
Charles
what the Addams Family is,
strip.
asshole.
In the mid-60s,
So this
the
video
strip
is
proved
really just the history of horror.
Literally, yes.
popular enough to get a family sitcom adaptation. The thing about the Addams Family is that it was a story about a spooky, unorthodox family living their eccentric life in a normal environment, blissfully unaware, or maybe blissfully accepting their own.
I don't even mind summary or compilation kind of videos, but you know what I put into YouTube whenever I want to watch something like that? I say, Friday the 13th retrospective, and then I'm expecting them to just kind of go through the movies. You always label your damn videos about a specific subject, and then you're way off 50 years prior.
Yeah, this is another one of Ant's turducken videos. It's like he wants to talk about this one thing, but he doesn't have enough material for that to make a full video, so he has to shove it into another video. Yeah. God almighty.
Own eccentricities.
For the next 2 weeks, you are forbidden, absolutely forbidden to play with your pet spider.
May seem harsh, Wednesday, but you'll be a better person for it.
It was a fairly counterculture-y story to the more cookie-cutter sitcoms of that era. Presented
Is it really? Just feels more like a subversion more than anything.
That's the comedy of it, is that they're not normal. Like, yeah, they're not normal. It's not meant to tell you, like, if it were like counterculture, it would be like, oh, the Addams Family is right and everybody around them is wrong. But the whole humor of the show is that they are weird and that you shouldn't be like them.
Yeah.
At the 60s on TV. Though it never broke the nuclear family structure. I mean, they're weird and kooky, but they can't be black or anything like that.
What? What? What does this have to do with anything?
Because Ant can't get off the race and sex grift.
Oh my god, fucking retard.
Are you kidding me? Are we doing this now?
Yes, Jacob, we're doing this now.
Randomly throw something like this in there because it's all. What's the quote? It's all sexist. It's
Everything's
all
racist. Everything's sexist. Everything's homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
That is literally what Ant lives by, because he always brings up sex, race, and homophobia.
Yeah, it's never good enough. It's like, hang on. It's never good enough. We need one of these guys to be black, even though they're all supposed to be a fucking family and shit.
And I'm sure every time that something happens that Ant does like, he ends it with, but we still have a long way to go. In other words, I can keep grifting off these same conflicts.
Yeah, and I can, and that way I can also keep, keep creators by the balls, where if they ever, stop kowtowing to me, I can keep guilt-tripping them infinitely.
And what does Star Trek have to do with horror anyway?
I don't know,
Can't
man.
be black
because it has a black person in it.
Yeah, and as we all know, everyone loves Star Trek because of the black people in it, yeah.
Not in the 1960s, but it was still fairly revolutionary for its time, pushing against the stereotypical...
I don't think, when people talk about revolutionary shows of the 50s and 60s, I don't think the Addams Family is up there,
It's not even trying to be. He's making it out like it's like trying to deconstruct the nuclear family. You shouldn't act like all those other squares. It's like, dude, it's a fucking comedy. Like,
yeah,
they're weird. That's the joke. They make a lot of jokes about how they're weird. It's not meant to be like, Leave It to Beaver was wrong. You should have your family be like this.
Structures of the family hierarchy that become so prominent on television at the time.
The Addams Family.
Watching the Addams Family and just coming out of it being like, yes, I see these societal statements against the nuclear family. That was very insightful. Whereas everybody else is just like, look, it's Uncle Fester.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I think proved popular because a lot of people can relate to living an odd little life with the people that you love.
Yes, everyone can fucking relate to having, like, fucking freaky-ass weirdos as part of your family. Yeah, everyone can fucking relate to fucking, hang on, what is this? Like fucking Wednesday, who's like this evil-ass little bitch, and Pugsley, who's like half retard, half bully. Yeah, sure. Oh my god.
This must have been how Ant's family was, I guess.
I guess. And that says a lot more. Look at this. Up with tyrants. Princess come home. Yeah, I'm sure everyone in the fucking 50s was saying up with tyrants. Yeah, totally, Ant. Oh my god, what an absolute dipshit.
With the people
the
that
signs
you
just have to say
love.
no kings and it'll be all there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except they're always like the opposite, so they'd be like lots of kings.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, same appeals to gothic monsters from the 40s and 30s and 50s. I guess some studios noticed the ratings because shortly after the Addams Family show came out,
did you forget the name?
I guess. It's like, what's up with that stutter there?
You see the little bar, the little circle going
yeah,
on his
he's
like,
buffering, yeah.
The Addams Family show.
Oh my god.
The Munsters was actually
so disturbing.
Yeah.
For a time more popular than the Addams Family, thanks in part due to it being syndicated on television more often, and having more early revivals than the Addams Family. The Addams Family did, of course, have that cartoon adaptation. But I digress.
But in this renewed era of monsters being friendly for the whole family, something
And
magical
it's like,
happened.
what time is it? Recap time.
Yeah, straight up.
Scooby-Doo. The animated series became the family-friendly monster show for kids from its debut in the late 60s to,
Well, yeah, no shit. It was made by Hanna-Barbera, you dumbass. It's like Hanna-Barbera made everything for fucking kids.
today, really. And for a while, it was the only major show to exist in this space. They even crossed over with the animated Addams Family show, which, yes, featured future Academy Award-winning actress Jodie Foster as Pugsley.
Pugsley, darling, what were you doing down there? Digging my way to China. China? How adorably naive.
China.
Hi, Pugsley.
Oh no, a stereotype.
Oh no, it's the worst character. It's a character who's even worse than Scrappy-Doo. Oh no.
Sorry, Link Poo. You'll have to go home.
And also, my friend Crimson Ender would potentially...
Oh my god, shut the... Oh, like, Ant, why don't you just fucking marry Crimson Ender then, instead of your fucking wife?
Look,
Christ.
Ant has to name these people because they're the only people. They all watch each other's videos and just
Yeah, they're the only people who tolerate each other, yeah.
Like, your video was amazing. I referenced it in my video. Oh, thank you. I just referenced this person's video. Let's all circle jerk each other.
Stab me in Minecraft if I didn't also mention the short-lived cartoon from 1980 called Drat
Did you
Pack.
finish polishing Birdman's shoes? He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, master.
Attention to this Dracula right here. His expression.
I am serving you.
And so we have...
Oh god, what the fuck,
You played like
Ant?
a half-a-second clip of a dude with a lisp, and you put a big gay flag over it. That's a little strange, Ant.
Yeah, it's also a
Ant
little
sees everything as
It's
gay.
also a little like a prejudice, Ant. Are you saying like all Eastern European people are gay?
He sees Mike Tyson talking. He's like, oh my gosh, he's such a gay icon.
If you say that, Ant, I will fuck you up so bad I'll bite more than your ear off. Yeah.
I would pay good money to see Ant say that to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, do it, Ant. We triple dog dare you.
You know I could have
Also,
knocked out Jake Paul in 2 seconds, right?
Yeah, Darth Angel. What did I walk in on? Fucking bullshit, Darth Angel. That's what you walked in on.
Because what you just paused on looks like Ant just got walked in on jerking off or something. He's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like that one fucking SpongeBob guy. He's like, I can explain. Yeah.
He's like, oh, geez, I could explain this.
Yeah.
The Addams Family, and we have Creepshow. But the final leg of this pre-children's horror boom that we need to talk about is Steven Spielberg.
The great similarity is the terror is relentless. And the terror is unseen in both movies. In Jaws, you see the terror at the end. And of course, in Poltergeist, you also see the terror at the end.
Steve believes it's much more frightening. When you know that something's behind the door, your imagination makes it a lot more frightening. Once you see the monster, you start dealing with it, and it's sort of resolved.
Spielberg invented the modern blockbuster with Jaws, changing how we pre-produced and created media, how we marketed it. For the summer season, Spielberg would constantly flirt with the idea of doing a horror film after making Close Encounters of the Third Kind, with a script he wrote called Night Skies. It's about a family besieged in their home by alien invaders. It's full of mischief and horror and true
Yeah, straight up it's Signs. Also, Darth Angel says he looks like he wanks it to Lolly. Yeah, probably Darth Angel, yeah.
disturbing material.
It's like, it's okay. She's 1,000 years old. I know she looks 16.
Yeah. It's like I'm not the pedophile, it's Backseat who is. He wants pictures of my kids. Of my kid, yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, anyway.
But it never got filmed. Night Skies was divided into two projects, E.T. and Poltergeist.
They're here.
Poltergeist, of course, was directed by the horror icon Tobe Hooper, not Spielberg. Though Spielberg was heavily involved in the...
We know, and
I can read the IMDb on every fucking 80s horror movie if I want to do that, and I don't need your video.
Behind Poltergeist, contrary to popular belief...
I don't know.
Shit like this.
Because he needs to pad the video out for that ad revenue money, man.
What's funny is often he never actually gets to what he was saying. Like, I doubt, is he gonna give a reason for why the kid's horror disappeared? Probably not.
No, well, no, John, he did. It's all executives' fault.
Oh, right.
Ugh.
But he's never gonna answer that either.
But why did the executives do it? Well, it doesn't matter. They're evil businessmen.
Yeah, Darth Angel, people still believe that fake-ass Discord exists because they're idiots.
Yeah, Backseat has sold Ahsoka pics, which ironically means that whoever made that had to look up a bunch of fucking pornographic Ahsoka pics to make their fake
or
pictures.
Create them, yeah.
Oh, God.
Not directed. That was Tobe Hooper.
They type it into Grok, and Grok's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, anyway.
Who's very popular, especially with families. Poltergeist, of course, is a story about a family attacked by spirits in their home that travel through the television and through the ground. Because, of course...
Yeah, literally, because these are real fucking bodies right here.
Hell yeah.
Of course, their house was built on a burial ground of some kind. You know, it's always a thing. It's always something.
Indian
You can't just build the
ground.
house somewhere unoccupied, naturally.
You son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones!
But Poltergeist was very popular, especially with families. And studios took...
I don't know about you guys, but I thought Poltergeist was fucking retarded when I saw it as a kid. I'm looking at it like, what is this shit here? Anyway, moving on.
Again, including Spielberg himself, who would then go on to produce several more of the films we're going to talk about today. You're going to see a lot of names reoccurring in this video. Spielberg's one of them, especially early on.
And again, I don't want to pretend kids' horror didn't exist before 1982. Obviously, there was...
one of those people.
What's that? What was that, Jacob?
Is Tim Burns going to be one of the people he mentions?
Probably. I know he recently made a Tim Burton video.
What was it, about his whole career?
It was basically like, when was the last good Tim Burton movie or some bullshit like that? Darth Angel says, so is he shitting on horror movies or is he just retarded? Both, Darth Angel, both.
Watch from the Woods,
absolutely.
Disney's cult classic horror film that I genuinely think is pretty unsettling.
Oh shit, the mirror cracked on its own. How unsettling.
Frankenbass, famous for
when he's genuine.
Yeah.
their Christmas specials, also tried their hand at Halloween specials for families. The fact that these aren't family traditions should speak volumes about their quality. And of course, Ray Bradbury made numerous Halloween stories for kids that were adapted, including The Halloween Tree and Something Wicked This Way Comes. Also, Stephen King's Carrie kinda counts. Kinda. I mean, that's more for adults and older teens than kids.
Why are you bringing it up?
I mean, it kind of
starts off with a woman having her period.
Literally, yeah. It's like, yeah, fucking,
Look at his
yeah,
face.
fucking PMS. Great for the kids.
Look at his face. He looks like he's into it.
If I ever
yeah.
have kids, I ain't showing them Carrie at a young age. That's going to bring a lot of questions I'm not going to want to
He's like,
answer.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, give me the blood.
Be like, why
Yeah.
is she bleeding? I'll just be like, because the other girls cut her or something.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Darth Angel says, gotcha. Also, fellas, I gotta head back to work before they catch me. Have a good stream, guys. All right, see you, Darth Angel.
Darth
Take
Angel,
care.
fake being sick and keep watching.
Yes.
Around the 70s, horror, once a genre made with kids in mind, became more adult, as I mentioned before. Night of the Living Dead, The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all way too scary for young kids. But Halloween carved a new demographic, horror for teenagers. So if horror became a thing for teens, what did kids watch? Because all the cool kids were watching Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, and you just said it's for teenagers, so presumably the kids would still have their own thing, though.
Didn't he just say that at the beginning of the video that these things were for kids? Now he's saying they're for teenagers.
I don't fucking know. Also, hail Melissa. Yes, happy Devil's Night. It can't rain all the time. Indeed.
And that became mythologized in culture around kids. But what did they have? Let's go back to Creepshow.
Creepshow.
The film was made by Laurel Entertainment, but distributed by Warner Brothers, and WB owns the rights to Creepshow. At least owned them for the time. Now, Laurel wanted to do more with the idea of Creepshow and more of this.
I don't know, man. It's just, it's like, gotta pad that video out for that ad money.
I read these wiki facts.
And Romero, but they figured, forget the name.
Also, I'd like to remind y'all that he has a fucking Disney Star Wars novel on his shelf, which speaks a lot about him. Oh, well, don't worry, Backseat. I have Heir to the Empire right here. I see. I'm also a real Star Wars fan. All Star Wars is real Star Wars.
Yeah, it's the multiverse, don't you know?
Warner Brothers can keep it. Let's take the same idea as Creepshow.
Oh, he's also got Darth Plagueis, but he has it fucking upside down, and Pikachu's eating ice cream on top of it.
Pikachu's taking a shit on it.
Yeah.
And make it into a syndicated show in the style of the old EC comics for TV.
Tales from the Dark Side.
Dark
Delicious,
Side,
spine-tingling chills brought to you by the producers of Creepshow.
I will destroy you.
Yeah.
I ain't dead so many times I'm blue in the face.
Join us each week, if you dare, for Tales from the Dark Side.
Tales from the Dark Side, Sunday at 11:30.
Enter
Like how the
Tales
witch just
from
did
the
a
Dark
Palpatine
Side.
there.
Yeah, she's like, unlimited power! Yeah. Anyway.
A fascinating project that brought back Romero, King, Tom Savini, the effects artist of,
This
of the
is
Creepshow.
still not going
And
anywhere.
Oh, fucking Christ. Alright, I'm putting it on 1.5. It's like, get to the damn point, Ant. We don't have unlimited time like you seem to.
And the one time that you should have mentioned another credit was with Tom Savini. He's from Pittsburgh, so he was on fucking Romero with Night of the Living Dead, and and then he was on with first Friday the 13th. He was on the fourth one because he thought it was going to be the last one. And I forget, there was another 1981 slasher that he was doing. He did the Night of the Living Dead remake in the 90s. Yeah, Tom Savini's a fucking effects legend, and you don't name any of his shit. You're just like, oh, he's on Creepshow. Anyways, moving on.
Some new creative talent, such as a young author named Clive Barker.
I have seen the future of horror. His name is Clive Barker.
Stephen King.
Yep. Yeah, oh my god, it's like, hey, look guys, it's the actual good guys of fucking fucking Hellraiser right here, remember?
Oh, we have such sights to show you.
Yeah. Yes, Rickar, we got an Ant video on the docket for Halloween, that is correct. Also, hang on, Rick, here's the link if you want to join right here, anyway.
Rickar, otherwise pronounced Ricker.
Ricker, yep, Agent Dick Ricker from Incredibles, anyway. Next.
We have such sights to show you.
Because the show was made for TV, it wasn't extremely graphic, which I'm sure limited Barker's creativity quite a bit, but rather it was suggestive, spooky more than scary, funny more than horrific and disturbing. And it was a success. Not a mega hit, but it was a model for a ton of shows that followed. As an anthology series, the episodes varied in terms of quality and in terms of focus. Some were more adult, but many were about kids in scary situations. The pilot episode, for example, Trick or Treat.
You know, and just because it has a kid as a main character doesn't mean it's appropriate for them to watch, you dumbass.
Directed by Romero himself, perfectly captures the show's vibe. If you want to see what the show's like, watch the first episode. It's Halloween, in a small town. This miserly old man basically owns everything, and everyone is indebted to him. But every Halloween, he has a contest, a challenge to the children of the town. If a kid can make their way through his haunted house and find his collections of hidden IOUs, all the debt in town will be erased. And we see kids hunt through this house, and the old bastard just torments them, teasing them, mocking them, which makes it all the more satisfying when someone else shows up to the house to take up this challenge. Really, the only thing that separated this from an original Goosebumps episode, aside from Goosebumps not being a decade out at this point, is the vision of hell at the end. It's a little intense for children, but it's so satisfying to watch. And it's not so scary that a kid couldn't watch it. It's just a little more intense than it probably should be. Tales from the Dark Side's success led eventually to the iconic HBO series Tales from the Crypt, a truly twisted reimagining of the original EC comic stories, now unshackled by syndication restrictions or censorship boards. Now, at the same time, Steven Spielberg, remember him? He's back now, and he produces this little movie called Gremlins, which becomes a hit, sparking a wave of boundary-pushing movies where kids deal with grotesque monsters, including The Monster Squad, Fright Night, Critters, Little Monsters, and of course, Beetlejuice.
It's showtime. Tim Burton is now seen very cynically today, but at the time, he existed...
Yeah, I should know because I made a whole video on him. Hang on, Rick R says, isn't the chatter from Hellraiser a 14-year-old? Why did ants say they're good? I don't fucking know. Because ants fucking retarded or some shit, man.
As pseudo-counterculture, a voice for the oddballs and outcasts in society who loved the gothic and dark. Now, Burton never made a true horror film until...
Yeah, the basket cases, we know, and...
following the late 90s, but his films were undeniably inspired by Hammer horror, Roger Corman's Edgar Allan Poe cycle, and German expressionism. Half his protagonists are basically Cesare from Caligari, for example. But Burton had...
Cesare, and it's pronounced Cesare.
Always had ties to children's media. He used to be a Disney animator, working on films like The Fox and the Hound, but Burton's aesthetic was popular enough for studios to allow a certain family to come out of retirement. Now, here's the thing. The Addams Family had fallen off during the 80s because, while The Munsters was widely syndicated, Addams Family wasn't. Talks started for a new adaptation, and they approached Tim Burton to direct. Now, he declined to make Batman Returns, but the studio still decided to make their film with a Tim Burton aesthetic, resulting in the iconic duo of films, The Addams Family and Addams Family Values.
The films of the Addams Family also introduced Christina Ricci to the mix. Expect a lot of her as we go through the cycle too.
Oh my god, it's like ants, fucking ants. How about this? How about you just list off all the fucking people whose names we need to fucking remember instead of saying, oh, make sure to remember this person for later here. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, Melissa, it's like ants just needs to not talk about any fucking movie. Let's be frank here.
Anyway, the Addams Family films were pretty successful, and so that meant the floodgates were open. What other family-friendly, spooky comics?
Not all that successful, considering they only made 2 of them, and I think Addams Family Values actually underperformed at the box office, I think.
Could the studios adapt next? Preferably one with Christina Ricci in there. Oh, right.
You guys are disgusting. I'm not just creeps.
Thank you. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Who made that one again? Oh, it's Spielberg. Spielberg's back again. We've got to give Spielberg here somewhere. Also, little known fact...
Ants, how about Ants? Let's just save the fucking time and just not point out Spielberg when he's involved if you're just gonna be like this. Like, what are you, a fucking Spielberg fanboy or some shit?
I was just researching this. J.J. Abrams did an uncredited rewrite of Casper the Friendly Ghost. I guess that explains the film's literal mystery box like the whole movie, but I digress. Now, is Casper the Friendly Ghost as good as the Addams Family films? Probably not, but it is a really fun family.
Who cares? Get to the damn point of this bullshit.
Film about ghosts that has some surprisingly emotional beats in it.
Ghosts and shit. Yeah. Hold on, John, you got some for Ant?
You shall not invoke the name of Spielberg anymore, or ye shall have a terrible curse upon ye. I said ye, that makes it old-timey.
Yeah.
It has that Spielberg charm, even though Spielberg himself didn't direct it. It's fun in a campy, gothic way. And of course, I cannot stress enough, the sets in these movies are incredible. These are some of the best sets for any film for children. This, The Addams Family, it's influential, it's amazing, I love it.
The best sets, just, it's so influential, like, it's like, what, are you gonna fucking come or some shit, Ant?
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come! I'm gonna come.
Well, he does have the auto come.
Yes, the auto come, yeah.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry it happened again.
It's just fantastic.
And I just had to.
I was just watching Cast, but I couldn't help but queen my pants at the sets. Oh, they're so gorgeous.
Sadly, unlike the Addams Family, Cast with the Friendly Ghost did have follow-ups, and unlike Addams Family Values, these were not that good. And I guess also it's worth mentioning, Richie Rich, I guess, kind of
because they suck.
Fits in the cycle because there's the fan theory that Richie Rich is just Casper before dying.
Oh, that's just retarded, Ant, and you know it.
I think it's a dark, interesting fan theory. I mean, it's not. Doesn't have any.
No, it's retarded, Ant. How about that?
I'm gonna be honest, Casper was pretty lame.
Yeah, little pussy-ass ghost, motherfucker.
I kind of dig it.
No, I
like it.
It was kind of boring.
I kind of dig the theory where one child fucking dies and becomes a ghost. What the fuck, Ant? I kind of dig child deaths. Well, Ant, if you dig that, you really should not be a father, okay? Jesus H. Lucas. Holy fuck.
Cool fan theory, and it connects two films that came out at the same time, even though obviously continuity-wise, the Richie Rich film doesn't make any sense with Casper continuity.
So you know it doesn't make sense, and you're running with it anyway?
Because I love kids dying that
I
much
love
back.
kids.
I don't care about space and time.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
But I digress. It's just a fun theory about the comics.
Meanwhile, Tim Burton helped produce another iconic gothic children's horror classic, The Night Before Christmas, directed by Henry Selick, not Burton.
You wouldn't know it's for kids based on the amount of fucking teenagers who like this bullshit.
This was another project
normally reserved for everybody who's shopping at Hot Topic.
Yeah, I swear
like
to God,
the movie,
Hot Topic.
But God, the merchandise.
I swear to God, Hot Topic is in business because of Tim Burton. I swear to God.
Oh, that was like even whenever I was going to school, like mid to late 2000s, they were still stuffed with fucking Nightmare Before Christmas stuff over a decade later.
Yeah, like even fucking me when I was in high school from like the mid to late 2010s, they still have all that Tim Burton bullshit in there.
Couldn't direct because he was busy with Batman Returns, and frankly, maybe it's better Selick did this one.
Also say hi, Mom. Mom, what do you think killed children's horror bullshit? I know, we're watching a retarded video made by Ant. What do you think killed, like, children's horror media?
Just probably like it's dead?
Yeah, it's a good, yeah. So, ironically, it was Ant's side who killed children's horror media. So there's Mob Cedar being based, actually, but anyway.
He sounds surprised by that.
I actually am, because Mob Cedar can lean left when she feels like it. Ooh, anyway.
The film is a classic. One of the essential...
Also, the Addams Family got nothing on the Cedar Clan. I'm saying it. Anyway.
Movies. While it was successful when it came out, it became more successful over time, thanks to reruns on television and Hot Topic becoming the de facto Nightmare Before Christmas merch store every year around Christmas.
Yeah.
This time, the Haunted Mansion gets redecorated at Disneyland with Nightmare Before Christmas elements. It was put back into theaters multiple times during the 2000s. It is, for many, the de facto children's horror cinematic.
And yet Tim Burton won't make a fucking sequel to it.
Experience.
The combined success of Addams Family, Night Before Christmas, and yes, Casper, I think really showed studios family-friendly scary films could work. But along the way, a couple films came out that weren't hits necessarily, but gained an audience on syndication around Halloween every year. And these two films are The Witches, which was an adaptation of Roald Dahl's story The Witches.
Yeah, and it was fucking retarded.
And Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that's even more
I thought he was going to say Halloween Town. That's the one I saw growing up.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Hocus Pocus sucks. Hang on, Rick R says, and they a prequel. What's a prequel? Sorry, Rick R, I don't get it.
Which, when it came out, was a complete flop, but thanks to reruns on Disney Channel and ABC Family, now Freeform, became a massive cultural
you have to apologize to my corporate overlords. I misnamed their channel for a second.
Yeah,
it's like
straight
ABC Family.
up.
I'm sorry, Freeform.
Yeah.
Please still send my paycheck when the next Star Wars thing comes out.
Yeah, straight up. Also, because it's that time of the year again, here's the link to the Discord for anyone else who wants it and missed the last one. So yeah, come join the Backseat Boys Discord. Anyway.
Movies that are sure to satisfy your appetite for magic and mayhem. And don't forget to add a dash of when you try a little Hocus Pocus and Double Toilet Trouble. Wednesday on Disney. Movies at 7, 6 Central.
Of course, it's never as simple as just one film being a mega hit that creates the whole genre. There were other branches of the story weaving alongside the Addams Family. See, one thing I've mentioned briefly in the beginning of the video, but not for a while, slasher movies.
Oh, hang on. Rick R says, and they made a prequel and sequel game for Nightmare for Christmas, and yeah, well, there you go, and fucking downplaying video games again.
Oh, the fucking PS2 game for Nightmare Before Christmas is the biggest bullshit ever. It's a very fun game for 99% of it, and then the final boss, Oogie Boogie, is like a giant quick time event that's fucking impossible. It's the only game I've ever just stopped at the final boss. Like, this was not in the entire game previously. You completely like just make me do this fucking entire sequence of quick time events. Why?
Hang on, I've never seen that shit. Hang on. Oogie Boogie boss fight.
We'd probably get a Kingdom Hearts one. Those are
probably
easier.
Kingdom Hearts. What's the name of that game, John? Oogie's Revenge?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, hang on. I'm looking this shit up. Here we go. We found all... John, we found a good one here. All bosses, no damage. Damn. Here we go. Damn. Then we got...
school.
Yeah, this game... Yeah, suck it, John. You gotta work on your elite gamer skills.
I was like, I ain't doing this shit.
Okay, is it this boss fight right here? This is where he's green?
Let's see, you go around the arena. It might have just been the final stage of it.
Nope,
it's like a giant quick time. Okay, yeah, this looks familiar. I think I did this.
Hang on, let me go. Let me keep going here.
Hit him in the leg. All right.
Oh.
God damn it! Where is it?
There it is. Oh, is this it? Oh.
Yeah, it's just at the very end of it.
Halloween Town is mine!
It did not done with the entire previous part of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm feeling angry and there's plenty left to do. I fought your most unwelcome help and now I'm after you! Even if you catch me.
Wait, what, John?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Hunting stories high and just a storm.
I mean, it doesn't look all that hard for a quick time event standpoint.
He also has a different costume. That's interesting. He must have got some power.
This ends here. I'm laughing. How childish. Is that the best you got? You think that you're a hero. But I think you are. I'm the Seven Holidays King. You're king of nothing.
Yeah, this does actually look pretty hard here.
No fucking checkpoint. You mess up one of these, you fucking die. Go
yeah, fuck up once, you die. Holy fuck, yeah, this is hard. Jesus
I think that might have been the actual end. I never watched the ending before. Yeah, that last part, I was just like, well,
shit, he's gonna blow!
Fucking quick time events, or I can go on to Also, I played on the actual PS2. The frame rate was ass. It was a lot harder with
yeah.
that guy's playing on 4K 60.
Yeah, hang on, let me catch up with chat. Melissa says, no, Aunt, I lived in the 80s. Don't attach your commie shit to my slashers. Yeah. Rickard says, oh yeah, he was a pain, but the dance moves were legit good.
The song is good too. Yeah, that's true. It kind of made me pissed off that they were throwing that in there. I wish it was just like the ending cutscene, basically.
Yeah.
The slasher film was a big deal in the 80s, and while it did die down in the 90s,
Going back
it's
to
impossible to
Ant,
separate Freddy Krueger from the story, because without Freddy, without Jason, without Michael, we wouldn't get R.L. Stein's entire literary career. Allow me to...
Really? Because R.L. Stein's literary... Yeah, it's like fucking R.L. Stein is not inspired by the 80s slashers. The fuck you on about?
Following the success of Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, publishers wanted books to kind of capitalize on this trend. Books for teens that would catch their interest. And what interested them? Slashers, body counts, all the works.
Of course, there were plenty of writers out there who were providing young readers plenty of good thrills. Lois Duncan and Christopher Pike both wrote several popular novels
Christopher Pike from Star Trek? What the shit? Nah, just kidding.
that proved very successful with teens. In particular, Lois Duncan's I Know What You Did Last Summer became the basis of the film of the same name, albeit with some significant differences. But little did anyone know that a writer known
slashers, though.
for writing gag stories for children would soon become the champion of literary horror for young readers.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stein. I write the Goosebumps books.
Enter R.L. Stein, who wrote a little-known series.
I remember watching reruns of the Goosebumps TV show, because remember, the intro is like R.L. Stein, like all covered up, and you're all like, oh man, I wonder what motherfucker looks like this. It's like R.L. Stein has to be like a really big, because keep in mind, I was a kid when I saw that show, and I was retarded, and I thought it was super intense, but it obviously isn't. But then I was like, oh man, the guy who wrote these books has to look super intense. And then this guy introduces himself, and he's all like, hi, I'm R.L. Stein. I'm like, oh.
You're just a human, Wayne.
You're just a normal dude you're just some fucking boomer ass motherfucker. God damn it.
Books. Enter R.L. Stein, who wrote a little-known series called Fear Street. These dark, twisted tales were an anthology set in the same location, which proved very popular. Publishers then went to Stein and said, hey, look, Fear Street's really good. What if you did the same thing you did with Fear Street, except with younger audiences? A book series for kids.
Yeah, let's dumb that shit down and make it for pussies. Yeah, literally.
In the style of Fear Street, that was a little more EC Comics inspired. Enter Goosebumps.
Inspired by Tales from the Crypt and its ilk, the same inspiration for Tales from the Dark Side, Goosebumps is basically the biggest pillar of 90s children's horror, alongside the films I mentioned earlier.
Not intense enough.
This series brought children closer to campy silly monsters.
The illustrations, I feel like, sold these a lot of times.
Yeah, the illustrations were better than the actual fucking books, yeah. It's like fucking Candyman 3. That's a shit movie, but goddamn, the DVD cover art looks badass.
Stories with campy, silly monster stories. Sure, some of them haven't aged well. Sure, some of
Wait, Chicken hasn't aged well. What the fuck? Why?
Because chicken, I don't know. It's promoting the meat industry.
I don't know.
Aged well. Sure, some of them rely on a ton of cliches. Sure.
Yo, Monster Blood 4 just flat out sucks.
Sure, some of the stories feel surprisingly mean-spirited when revisiting them as an adult, especially...
Okay, and if you're gonna say all this bullshit, can you expand why? Because now you're just raising more questions than answers.
Against fat people, apparently, but they're still extremely charming books that were perfect introductory stories for young readers. Hell, the book and the show adapting the book series were my introduction to horror. And you had so many iconic monsters, from possessed evil dolls to bizarre liquids that cause bizarre growth, cameras foretelling grim futures, and masks that refuse to loosen themselves from the flesh of those who wear them. There were a lot of options for readers at the time. Aside from your vampires, mummies, werewolves, and the like, there were more existential horrors mixed in with the typical spooky affairs.
Mom? Dad? What did you think? I think they liked it.
Personally, I think The Haunted Mask
Get
is, in
that
terms of
mole
quality,
removed, Mr. R.
Yeah.
the best Goosebumps story. But Werewolf of Fever Swamp I also really dig too, and any werewolf story I'm down for. I love it. The series
yeah, we know, you fucking furry.
Is still a really good series that's excellent for children who want to dip their toes into horror while still reading.
Oh, right,
they were
into
engaging.
that stuff too.
Yeah.
But after a certain point in time, kids wanted something scarier, you know? And what's funny is...
Yes, more intense. It's like, so, like, if there's one thing I could say about this shit, make shit more intense, for fuck's sake. Because even as a kid, I thought, man, this shit was fucking lame, man. Anyway.
Goosebumps was never super scary, but it was always a long shot from Nightmare and Friday. So where's the middle ground? Where's the transition from Goosebumps to adult horror? Well, we had a couple of those, actually, and they proved extremely popular during the 90s.
Wouldn't it be fucking teenage horror, as you mentioned earlier? Because, you know, teenage is the transition period from kid to adult. Fucking dumbass.
As well. Are You Afraid of the Dark is actually very similar to Tales from the Dark Side in terms of style, tone, presentation. It's cheesy and fun as an adult, but the show on occasion did push the boundaries and show some genuinely disturbing imagery, like that ghost skeleton coming out of the pool, or that
this was not all that fucking intense. Shut the fuck up.
This thing in the basement that hungered for bodies and created nightmares such as life-size living dolls. But I think the episode that gets everyone the most is that clown episode, because it's a clown that just follows you around. You don't really see it too much, but I mean, the suggestion is there. Even if nothing really happens in the episode, the implications are what frighten you.
Yeah.
And lingers with you. That said, I love the framing device of All You Fear the Dark. It's all about how the stories are being told by a bunch of kids. It's kids telling each other stories to scare each other. And that element, I think, will be very important.
Oh, these kids got fucking nothing on me, I'm gonna say right now. Like, if I were there, I'd fucking beat all these kids up, I swear to God.
Have discussions.
That's not really the point of the stories, but alright.
Well, even as a kid, I would fucking beat these kids up. Like, realistically, these kids would not be friends with each other. Let's be real here.
The idea that the stories are authentically told.
Didn't you watch Backseater? They'd vote each other out if their stories weren't good enough.
Yeah, I'd fucking vote all them motherfuckers out. Anyway,
but I'll be lying.
That's how voting works.
Whatever.
The stories from the dark are truly that scary. On the other hand, scary stories to tell in the dark is fucking haunting.
I vote that I win.
Yeah, I vote for myself. Yeah, this is democracy, bitch. Yeah.
Novels are completely serviceable. They're brief and short, so you can read a bunch at once. Many draw from folklore. A few even draw from Shakespeare. But good God, those illustrations. The imagery in this book is among the scariest things.
Oh no, a guy with holes in his body. Oh no.
I saw as a kid. It isn't even close. I mean, don't get me wrong, the covers for Goosebumps were pretty great and iconic and all that, but these images are just what even?
It's a fat lady. Like, what do you want?
They're just sort of undetailed. I feel like he's just being ambiguous, kind of, and it's creeping you out.
Yeah. Edwin Vasquez says, Anthony thinks I, as an adult, hate kids' horror shows? Has he seen Goosebumps or read a book, Scary Story? I don't know, man. He's just being dumb.
Half of them don't have anything to do with the story.
This image is attached to a variant of the Humans Can Lick 2 urban legend. Okay, so what?
They're attached to, but oh my God. Stephen Gammell, the artist, deserves credit for making this trilogy of short story anthologies so effective. But stories themselves are, like I said,
this guy got fucking pierced on his dick.
Right up his ass, actually.
Yeah. Edwin Vasquez says, it's a fucking horror genre book. Yeah, exactly.
Works from folklore and horrifying, haunting stories. But these ideas...
Oh no, this guy's gonna get fucking grabbed here and shit.
Themselves are made worse by the imagery associated with it.
Smell my finger.
As for the stories themselves, many...
It feels more like the fucking stories are fucking hinging on the fucking images more than the other way around. Edwin says, I'm betting his childhood sucked. Oh, you better believe it did.
They are urban legends.
You got stuffed in lockers in school.
Heard this one before.
I would
At
read
9:30, the telephone rang again.
Whenever I got stuffed in the locker, it was great.
Now here's a kid with Down syndrome with a doll with Down syndrome.
Doreen answered. It was the man who had called before. I'll be there soon.
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
About 10 o'clock, the telephone rang again. Jenny got to it first. Hello, she said. It was the same man. 1 more hour, he said. Hung up. Doreen called the operator. Almost at once, she called.
Horror movie with a phone call. Is he gonna play Scream next?
That person is calling from a telephone upstairs, she said.
The caller is in the house.
Damn.
Calls are coming from the
Oh,
house.
never. Damn it.
We placed the call. It's coming from
There's
inside
the
the house.
opportunity there.
if I told you-
Fuck.
I might have
Come
smudged
on,
the
Ann.
timeline
You
a
could
little
have
bit.
varied up your clips a little more. You just went between 2 movies.
Come on, Ant. You fucking stop half-assing shit when it fucking matters.
It's not by accident. Because, yeah, the original Scary Stories, they were extremely popular during the 90s. That was when all the controversy about these books came out. That's when they started selling like hotcakes.
Hang on, what? Michigan challenge at Livonia schools because the poems frighten children. Oh, geez, they're mad at the fucking books for doing their job then. Okay. Yeah. Civic matter. My God. It's like, okay, good. So some people are pussies. Who gives a shit?
Again. But they weren't published in the 90s. They were...
Hang on, Edwin says, I bet his child isn't his child, rather it's the neighbor's child. Plot twist!
It's
yeah,
Jamal's.
probably. Yeah, it's Jamal's, yeah.
Published in 1981, the first book anyway. So yeah, before Freddy, before Poltergeist, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was one of the first major books for children about horror. But I kind of left that out because they had a heyday back in the 90s. The 90s saw these books return in big form and become extremely popular. And it proved so popular in the 90s that the books became known by parents. In that decade, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was the most widely challenged book series in the country, with parents insisting the books were too frightening and grotesque for their young kids. And it also has a surprising amount of casual cannibalism in these books and desecration of corpses, often both at the same time. It's interesting, too, that this challenging resulted, I think, in
publishers getting a little cold feet. They're a little scared to go as far as scary stories did. And as a result, I think we saw the beginnings of this subgenre for children's horror start to crumble. We started to see people get more restrictive, get more hesitant about presenting the most frightening images possible to kids.
The examples you showed were at like individual schools, and there was like a couple each year. If publishers got scared by that, they're retarded, and I don't think that's why. I think it just got less popular anyway.
Melissa says, I adore Black Christmas, one of my faves, so Ant will give us commie spin, lol. Yeah, pretty much.
And of course, far less cannibalism, which I see as a choice. Why are these books so filled with cannibalism? There's like 10 stories about people eating.
Because it's fucking grotesque and awesome.
Because we all don't want to admit it, but humans taste amazing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Woods and seeing a body going, ooh, I can't wait to put this in my suit. Like, what world do these books function in? Like, why would you have so much weird... You know what? I digress. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. A lot of books and scary stories are inspired.
And you need to digress a whole lot fucking more for all your videos. I swear to God.
Everybody loves my wacky little riffs that I do.
Like folklore. So maybe that was a common thing in folklore, but it's aged really oddly, I think.
God, man, Ant has such a fucking punchable face. I swear to God.
Isn't it funny how I'm talking about cannibalism?
Oh my God. I really want to fucking just fight Ant in the square circle. You know what I'm saying, guys?
It's weird. I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's a general fear.
Backseater, he's got a chair. Oh my God, he's handing it to Ant. He says, you're enough of a pussy. I can beat you with this. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Something. Who knows? Coinciding coincidentally with all this was the controvery surrounding.
This is embarrassing.
Batman.
Oh, he's stomping on his face. This is unbelievable. He's gonna punch him right through the floor, JB.
I mean, I am a fucking heel, so I could probably do that, yeah.
In Returns, that movie Tim Burton turned down both Addams Family and Night Before Christmas to make. The film proved extremely controversial among parents for being, well...
We will snatch them, carry them into the sewer, and toss them into a deep, dark, watery grave.
As screwed up as it was.
Hello, everyone. By now, you pretty much have had to have heard that the summer's big movie is Batman Returns. In its first couple of weeks, it has already grossed more than $100 million at the box office, and it is already creating... controversy.
Yep.
Some parents contend that Batman Returns, which is rated PG-13, is actually being marketed for younger children, and the movie is just too violent. All the hysteria surrounding Batman has caused McDonald's to do a Happy Meal promotion, and you know who's buying Happy Meals? 13-year-olds and over. And these
13-year-olds and over buying Happy Meals? I feel like that's the age when you stop buying Happy Meals.
She's joking because they're trying to get it for marketing to kids, even though it's rated PG-13.
The toys that are on the market now, of course, the whole Batman series. So it is all geared toward younger kids. These toys are for 4 and up.
I think it's not appropriate at all that they're doing this kind of thing for the kids.
And not watch the movie.
Yeah.
And when she drives by the movie, she says she wants to go see the movie, and when I tell her she can't see it, she bursts out into tears.
You started to see immediately parents acting
Yeah.
against media that was deemed too inappropriate for their children, such as scary stories telling.
I mean, and to be fair, the parents are the ones with the money, and if, you know, they don't want to spend money on that, but their kids want them to, like, well, they're right to complain then, you know what I'm saying? So take it up with them.
The Dark, and even Tales from the Crypt, which a lot of kids did watch on HBO, even though it was the rated R uncensored channel. Who'd have thought? It's also worth mentioning, I think, that Tales from the Crypt did have an animated series for children called Tales from the Crypt Keeper, which is basically the same thing that Tales from the Crypt did, but animated and less inappropriate for children. But it wasn't as successful, and therefore kind of left out of the conversation here. So the horror had to get more kid-friendly. And it did, to an extent. Now, with cable networks creating channels all for kids, Disney, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon, new content needed to be made. Every cartoon had a Halloween episode, but some shows were centered on monsters and scares. Our Real Monsters tried this, but the most successful show in this era was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Return the slab, or suffer my curse.
The show reveled in mixing strange, surreal horror with jump scares and odd animation techniques to create an atmosphere of surreal fear. There's nothing really quite like it. Oh yeah, and Scooby-Doo saw a revival too. Cartoon Network would regularly air Scooby-Doo and all of the associated shows. As a result, kids were reintroduced to Scooby and the gang. The syndication boom really helps. Now, Scooby-Doo had made a few TV movies that were made in the 80s. They were fairly unremarkable. But then, 4 direct-to-video movies came out. And the first 2, Zombie Island and Witch's Ghost, were pretty good. Zombie Island introduced the concept of real monsters to Scooby-Doo, creating some genuinely disturbing visuals, whereas Witch's Ghost, while not as frightening as Zombie Island, did appeal to a whole group of people growing up with its more gothic story, its more Americana-X style, almost feeling at times like a Stephen King story in some points, as well as the Hex Girls. The Hex Girls, I think, are the biggest contribution this film has to cartoon history, for many, many reasons.
Of course.
And I would be remiss not to mention all the Halloween specials we got, especially sitcoms. Family Matters, I think, made it an art form to have insane, over-the-top Halloween specials every Halloween. But other ones had some stuff, too. So what happened? Well, a few things. But the biggest thing, I think, was horror changed. You can thank Scream for a lot of that.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Of course.
Scream was a slasher, told through the avenue of teen dramas, like Dawson's Creek. Horror tried to become more slick, modern, and the kids wanted their horror to look like it. There's a huge difference from the aesthetic of Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream, even though Wes Craven directed both. Supernatural demons like Freddy and Candyman passed on, when more real people like Ghostface showed up. And remember this face right here. He will show up again. A lot.
I'll be right back!
The same stories that ran in Scary Stories Tell in the Dark became fodder for urban legend.
I know why.
Consider the story of the headlights.
He was,
guy in the backseat of a car, he sneaks in there, woman drives off, guy's
and he was in the finale.
Yeah.
Behind her sees this guy sneak into the car and follows with headlights when a flash whenever the guy gets up to attack her. That story is presented unironically in Scary Stories Tell in the Dark, but it's told as a plot point in urban legend. In one, it's very
now he's just going back into fucking recap mode. I gotta put him on ×2 now, because fucking Christ, and get to the fucking
also look
point.
at chapters, I suppose.
Enough with this goddamn fucking history lesson bullshit. Holy fuck.
It's very loose kind of scary story to tell. It's not as slick and polished, and as a result, has a very different vibe to it. Personally, I like the more unpolished version. I think it's more neat. But there's a charm to urban legend that was of the era. But even that would
Here's
change
my
very,
opinion
very
on every
quickly.
fucking random thing that I bring up.
Literally, yeah. Hang on. Hang on. I'm tweeting at Ant. Hang on. Gramuglia. Stop recapping shit everyone knows in your stupid ass video essays.
Irrelevant
It's
shit.
annoying and time wasting. There we go. Let's see if he takes the bait.
You must not understand watch hours.
At the end of the 1990s, and it changed horror forever.
I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them.
Now, Scooby-Doo actually did do a parody of the film that was on Cartoon Network, but Blair Witch Project heralded a new era, one that blurred the boundary of reality and fiction. Of course, now the market was pretty big, but we started seeing a trend in Hollywood. Repetition. Regurgitation of past success. Stagnation. Now, the live-action Scooby-Doo
Oh, yeah, of course, because how dare we stick to what works? Edwin says, how long is this video? It's over a fucking hour! You know why? Because Ant keeps patting the fuck out of it!
StreamYard's just censored you. It was like, pad the out of it.
Yeah.
I think have their moments as memes and jokes.
Hey, you're doing that thing again where you take everything I say out of context. You're trying to make it look like I think Coolsville sucks.
All Fred Jones had to say was,
I think Coolsville sucks.
But it's clear James Gunn's script is being restricted to appeal to the market, as perceived by studios anyway, especially considering the works James Gunn would later produce, shortly thereafter. I mean, seriously, can you
Yeah, that box office flops.
imagine an unrestrained Scooby-Doo horror film from the Trauma-era James Gunn? Dawn of the Dead and Slither were just a few years away. Now, the best contribution of the Scooby-Doo films is, of course, the casting of Matthew Lillard as Shaggy.
I'll be right back!
Who would continue to play Shaggy in just about everything until Scoob drops during the pandemic. I am sure we won't mention Matthew Lillard again after this. Nope, not at all. Tim Burton and Henry Selick fared better during this era, with Burton making Corpse Bride and Frankenweenie, and Selick making James and the Giant Peach and Coraline. But they were also lame mistakes, like Disney's Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. That was very disappointing. I genuinely think this film is really a lot of missed potential, and it could have been really good.
But Ed, don't you know the creatives worked really hard on that film?
I hate when people say this shit. It's like, just call it shit. You don't
Just
have to
call
go,
it
it's so
shit.
much it's a missed opportunity. It could have been good. It's like, that's always
The
saying that
Haunted
it
Mansion.
is shit.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
Also-
this is a terrible film.
Also, hail Briscoe, and I just dropped the stream link for you. Anyway.
They made it less a
Also, by the
comedy
way-
and more something in line with their older ghost stories. There were also films like Little Vampire that didn't capture the public's imagination all too well, but were fairly decent, if not a little unremarkable. And as for the holiday special
So in other words, it was shit, right?
episode tradition, it faded. The Simpsons is the only mainstream television show that consistently has an iconic Halloween episode every year, but the fact that they're the exception that proves the rule makes this change all the more noticeable. But there's one other huge thing that occurred that I feel would be negligent not to bring up as a major factor in the 90s horror boom's decline, and that's the fall of Goosebumps as a brand. See, while R.L. Stine is known as the author of Goosebumps, the truth is a little more complicated. The brand was created through a partnership between Stine's company, Parachute Press, and Scholastic. The books drove Scholastic sales throughout the 90s, in part thanks to their Scholastic book sales at school, where kids would see all these cool covers and pick all the books up. Those were amazing, very nostalgic, very 90s kid. But by most accounts, Scholastic...
The Scholastic book fairs fucking sucked, bro. I should know. I suffered through one of them.
Fairly unfair contract with Stine's company, Parachute Press. Stine had minimal influence on marketing and branding decisions, and was contracted to be the sole author of every Goosebumps book. Every main one, anyway. Also, he had to work on multiple spin-off series running simultaneously, and he had to run promotions for his book. Even though he had no control over marketing, he had to be there to promote the book whenever possible, even appearing on the Goosebumps TV show, which started as an adaptation of The Haunted Mask. Oh, and despite earning Scholastic billions, Stine and his company only saw a fraction of the profits. Stine at some point was publishing over 24 books a year with all the various Goosebumps titles. Parachute Press, which was quietly co-owned by Stine's wife, tried to negotiate a better deal, but allegedly, even with a better deal, Scholastic was still withholding tens of millions of dollars in royalties for the books. The reason for this? Allegedly, R.L. Stine dared use writing assistants to keep up with demand, which meant he was breaching Scholastic's contract, where he had to be the sole author of every
free book. February 1st, 1999. Scholastic filed a lawsuit against Parachute. The suit alleged that Stein breached his contract by
none of this
to write many
shit
of the 100+
matters.
Goosebumps books. This would have violated Stein's agreement that he'd be the sole writer of every main series book, aka the original series and Series 2000. Stein refuted using ghostwriters, claiming that freelancers would, at most, create detailed outlines for his books. Footnote: in the years following the lawsuit, several Goosebumps ghostwriters would actually reveal themselves, though they're linked to spin-off books outside the main series, so well within the terms of Stein's contract. And I want to remind you that Scholastic first signed this deal with Stein. It was a 6-book deal originally for Goosebumps, and the terms of the original contract were just for 6 small books, not the franchise that earned Scholastic's billions in dollars in profit.
And if you want to make a video about fucking Goosebumps and the fucking debacle over Stein writing, make that fucking video. Don't shove it in this video.
For the book sales alone, not counting merchandise and all of that. This led to several lawsuits that resulted in a settlement in 2003. But by this point, the brand was essentially killed. Momentum had stalled for a while now. Then there was the matter of the Goosebumps film. While the film would eventually come out decades later, the original film was in development hell for years. George Romero initially wanted to adapt the first book, Welcome to Dead House, but Scholastic would then bring on a different director, one more marketable for kids, Tim Burton. The problem is, though, that Tim Burton couldn't decide which book he wanted to adapt, and as the lawsuit went on and on, right, Scott Murphy, things fell apart. It also probably didn't hurt that Scholastic had a new major series that was just as popular as Goosebumps, if not more so. Also, Pokemon came out around this time, which completely changed the game.
Wow, I'm surprised Ant actually gave props to Harry Potter there. Holy shit.
On Saturday morning cartoons for kids. That meant the Pokemon show totally eclipsed Goosebumps as a series for kids and drew a lot of attention away. And while Pokemon has its scary bits like the Lavender Syndrome and all that, Goosebumps kind of fell off the radar, as did most horror for kids on TV.
Oh my god, yeah, Edwin. Imagine living in the same house with this guy, dude. That'd be fucking torture, man. I'd legit kill myself.
You'd be like, oh, Backseat, you're being rather loud over there, and it's 8 o'clock. I'd like to be tucking myself into bed right now.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyways, Edwin Vasquez says irrelevant. Yes, it's all irrelevant. Fuck, Ant, stick on the... See, Ant, this is the bullshit what I fucking mean when I mean that Ant doesn't have any fucking script editors. He needs an editor like fucking badly to get rid of all this goddamn fluff.
Backseat, this will be the part where Ace Attorney goes, BAM! Hold it!
Hold it!
Relevance.
Yeah. Objection!
This is completely irrelevant to the book, Your Honor. And then the judge is like, oh.
Yeah. Speaking of Ace Attorney, John, when you get into Justice for All...
Is that the next one?
That's the next game, yeah.
Oh, well, once we're past spooky season, what do I need to do? I'm deciding between Expedition 33.
Yeah, you still need to finish that game up. Yeah,
probably finish that up as the post-spooky season thing.
Alright. Anyway, moving on. Personally, yeah, John, if I were to say one thing about Justice for All, I think it's one of the weaker Ace Attorney games, to be fair.
Ooh.
Yeah, I won't say like why or how, but I do think like a big fucking part is that like the actual, like, you know, like, John, you know how like all the majority of the cases in the first game were all connected pretty much? The second game doesn't do that. It's all pretty episodic. All the cases are pretty disconnected. So that's I think is a big problem with the second game, but I won't say anything more. I do think, yeah, plus the third case in that game, John, is widely regarded as one of the worst. But anyway. Hey, Zeo Gold! Zeo Gold! Zeo! Ant is the midwit meme brought to life. He is. He really fucking is, yeah.
I've written 36-page Reddit posts about this series, and now I'm going to make a video about it.
Yeah, because Reddit is the best source, yeah.
That's where a lot of midwits go. That's why they're the ones that you see writing, like, massive, super giant comments on Reddit, because there's no fucking character limit. They think everybody's going to read their shit.
Maybe that's why Ant showers a lot, because Redditors are all really smelly, and Ant is trying to wash that Reddit stench off.
Anthony Gramuglia, you make long videos for a living. However, you must now make one under 10 minutes that covers this entire subject. You will make your choice, live or die. Edit down your script.
He's like, oh jeez, oh I can't do it, Jigsaw.
Yeah. Fucking die then. Yeah, if only.
Zeo Gold says, Backseaters fans.
Who remembers So Weird? I don't. This looks pretty retarded.
So weird, but it trickled to a crawl at the turn of the new millennium. But here's the thing too, and it's something that everyone probably pointed out from the beginning, the kids who grew up with these horror stories grew up. By the 2000s, they were teens or even adults in some cases.
As if, and the ones from the prior decades weren't growing up?
Yeah,
or
people always
didn't.
grow up. Any good kids brand just keeps getting new audience members. So
That,
why
or
weren't
they
getting
get, or they grow older with the audience, and they become more mature as they go.
And they wanted to be in the demographic. And the early 2000s had several trends materialize. Nostalgic remakes of classic horror films, extreme cinema, torture porn, J-horror, and of course, found footage. The blurring of reality and media, where you could make an argument that maybe this film actually happened. The kids of
The blurring of reality and media. I feel like everyone still remembers that this shit was just fucking fiction, and you fucking dipshit.
Yeah, pretty much like Blair Witch Project was the only time where there was significant hype of like whether it was real or not, and that was just because the internet hadn't matured enough for everybody to instantly fact check.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, oh, is it real? Is it not? Whoa, who knows? And then, you know, once everybody saw it a couple times, it was like, oh, okay, no, it's fake.
Year wanted more extreme stuff in a post 9/11 world, and the world delivered. But the other thing that changed
Now it's
horror,
about 9/11.
I don't know.
Horror games and the internet. Horror in the digital age replaced many of the former experiences you'd get in mainstream society. Because before, in mainstream society, for example, horror for kids became more censored. They were afraid of going too far. And of course, the Harry Potter book was so popular that became the predominant and medium of entertainment for kids. Meanwhile, video games that become very popular in the 90s as well started to deliver success after success in the horror genre. Resident Evil and Silent Hill were the kings of the PlayStation 2 era of horror.
Yeah, they're not for kids either, and yeah. Yeah, hang on. Ziogold says, so weird it's just the X-Files as a band on tour. Sounds lame and gay.
Now, I think Silent Hill is a little too scary and a little too clunky and esoteric for kids to get into, but Resident Evil...
It's not even for kids to begin with, you dipshit!
Just picture what he described. It's like, Mulder, Scully, we gotta figure out what this alien is in the town, but first we gotta play this rockin' set number.
Yeah, like, we got a full combo, Hangar 18. Yeah.
Zombies. You'd go in the house, you'd fight zombies, it was cool. Your older brother or cousin would play it, and you'd watch them, but I think things changed.
Resident Evil isn't for fucking kids either. What are you talking about, Ant? Oh my god. Straight up,
Rated M for mature.
The release of 2 games in particular that were independent games, made cheaply, made loosely. Following the success of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, games didn't need super heavy combat to become successful in the horror genre. Enter Slender the 8 Pages, and of course, the king of modern horror, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, we were talking about that today.
Five Nights at Freddy's is the king of modern horror? Are you kidding me? I don't think so. Not even close.
It was popular with kids, but still.
Like, but overall, no. Fuck
These
off.
games and all these things he's mentioned are like, they're not things that are gonna like rule you like a book will for any significant amount of time. Like Five Nights at, especially like Slender Man. Slender Man's like one level, you collect a few pages, then you always turn around and he's right there. And it's like, it was like a fad for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then like Five Nights at Freddy's, they brought out games constantly because it was just a fad, and they just kept pumping out new games and like expanding the lore.
Yeah, Zio Gold says, just like Jerry Pete, Ant thinks that all games and cartoons are meant for kids. Jesus H. Lucas, of course he does.
Extremely successful because A, they were easy to play games, you could play them a lot and fast.
Yeah, so they were for filthy casuals, we get it.
There wasn't a lot to them in terms of Resident Evil Silent Hill, in terms of the gameplay and all that, and a lot of Let's Players would use these as fodder for simple episodes of their shows.
The first night. If I didn't want to stay the first night...
In other words, they're fucking filler bullshit. Good to know, Ant.
This was the fake, this is the start of the fake reaction craze, I think. Even before movie trailers and shit, it was these Let's Players that would play these fucking jump scare horror games. They'd be like, wow!
Whoa, Nelly! Wow! Yeah, also, interesting Ant brings up Markiplier here, because I recently got into a fight with one of Ant's dick lookers, where they're like, Markiplier is way more successful than you, Backseater, because he's nice and actually does shit. And I'm like, okay, well, I'd rather be myself, like, legit, and not be a pussy, and have low subs than be this asshole right here.
Yeah,
it's
if you're gonna go by that logic, then everybody should just act like Mr. Beast, where they're a creepy, smiling weirdo who just plays the algorithm constantly.
Literally,
like,
yeah.
I lined up 36 inmates and had them kill each other to see who could win $1 million.
Yeah, straight up. Also,
it's okay, guys, because I planted like 5 billion trees in the Sahara and they all died instantly, but I really tried.
Yeah, so much for that. Also, also, I stand by it, but I could beat Markiplier in a fight, because of course I can, anyway.
Why would I stay any more than 5?
Markiplier became especially famous with Five Nights at Freddy's, and then other YouTubers like MatPat joined the fray, analyzing the lore and history. And
MatPat's a fucking idiot. Thank God he's retired. I swear to God.
Deeper into it. But you have to remember the
What did I
that's
miss?
the key thing that got
Nothing,
bringing
Jacob.
up Let's Players and Five Nights at Freddy's now.
You literally missed nothing, Jacob.
This game's noteworthy at the beginning. Amnesia: The Dark Descent made the characters passive survivors, trying to live through the experience, rather than shoot it in the face like in Resident Evil. Leon Kennedy could kick people with...
In other words, the characters in those games are pussies.
Saw its heads off. But
Also,
well, I can't...
You're talking about a genre that already fucking existed. You ever hear of Alone in the Dark or Clock Tower or any of these other... There's pretty famous games from the 90s where you're not fighting constantly.
Oh, yeah, John, I know that. I'm just saying, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's was the boom period of that bullshit.
You had an oil lamp and your feet, and you had to run and hide.
He looks
Like Five Nights at
angry.
Freddy's took it
Yeah.
to a new level. You are so powerless, and all you can really do is close a door
Like,
and hope they don't see.
oh man, I hate having the auto come.
It's because he can't even understand. He can't understand games even more so than he can't understand comics or movies. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how all these kids play these games. They're too scary for me.
Yeah, also, it's like, you're defenseless against all these things. Couldn't be me. I'd always, like, be strapped to the gat with fucking shit if I were to go in these places. Zeo Gold says, pretty sure that the backseater can make a better Lunchables alternative than Mr. Beast. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know what I put in it, but I'm pretty sure I would, yes.
There was a sense of vulnerability there, a sense of, fear. Another major element,
Imagine
neither
an
Slender
animated
or Five
version
Nights at
of
Freddy's included extreme violence or extreme sexual content.
Mr.
which
Beast
meant
would be like, I made these Lunchables and put rat poison in all of them. If any of these kids survive, then I'll give them $50. Anyways.
Imagine Ant makes one of those.
Oh, God.
Oh, God almighty.
Unlike Silent Hill, which had, all of that. Slender the 8 Pages had a gameplay loop that was
You
pretty
mean when
straightforward.
Pyramid Head raped a mannequin? Is that the reference you were trying to make there, Ant? Whenever you
I
said
don't know.
all of that.
Okay, moving on.
But there was something about Five Nights at Freddy's that really captured the imagination. I think it was the mascots. Amnesia doesn't really have any horror monsters to it, right? Silent Hill and Resident Evil, they have their zombies and demons, and they have particularly noteworthy monsters like Nemesis and Pyramid Head. Great iconic villains. But Slender the 8 Pages...
Yeah, Nemesis is so iconic, he's only in one game. Okay, great, Ant, yeah.
And, of course, Five Nights at Freddy's introduced kids to recognizable horror icons that would be reinterpreted again and again, both in independently driven stories like Slender knockoffs or in future games of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. And of course, Freddy Fazbear, Chica, all those characters. I think Springtrap was the scariest because of the story behind him being a child murderer locked inside of an animatronic body.
For most of you, I believe there is peace and perhaps more waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend.
In my opinion, though, the creation of Springtrap, while it was good to be a central villain for a time in the games, it did undermine the potential fear that could be conjured by Freddy Fazbear and the animatronics. After all, they went from these horrific monsters who could kill you to victims of an even more wicked, evil person.
Okay, so what? It just revealed more of his backstory. What's the problem, man? It's like, seriously, it sounds like you're just bitching for the sake of bitching here now.
There were also several Five Nights at Freddy's copies and inspired works, from Bendy to Poppy, that drew from FNAF's success to build something all their own. And that's neat. I mean, we had the same thing with the slasher boom in the 80s, where Halloween led to copies like Friday the 13th that became successful on their own rights. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine. But there's something very derivative about the FNAF copies, or inspired works. It feels like the colorful characters and lore have substituted the quality storytelling that we saw in the most iconic of children's horror. But then again, horror for kids has always been icon-driven, from Slappy the Doll to The Crypt Keeper to Wednesday Addams to even Scary Stories Harold. I mean, I think Harold is by far the scariest because he's a scarecrow that skins people and dries their skin out on roofs. But
he's pierced on his fucking dick, yeah. Hey Briscoe.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Oh my god, Briscoe, you've literally missed nothing. We're over 50 minutes into this video and you've literally missed nothing of substance.
How could you say that? I've been summarizing so many things.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk a little bit more about Slender Man, because Slender Man was representative of a new trend in horror, the creepy pasta. Stories made by kids.
God. It's like, Ant, seriously, just retitle your fucking video A History of Horror Bullshit, please. It's like, at this point, you titling your videos this way is just false advertising.
Dolls Killed Horror for Kids. So... the only way this could be related is if he's saying like, oh, all these Let's Players made it so the kids didn't want to read Goosebumps anymore, even though it had already fallen off by then.
I don't know, you figure it out.
Scare each other. These weren't published by a mainstream publisher, but rather distributed online, written and edited and all of that by a user base, by people who just wanted to tell scary stories to each other. And as a result, it became an unfiltered lens of horror. Though I think most of them weren't very good. See, I first discovered Slender Man not through Slender the Pages, but through Marble Hornets, an excellent ARG that lifted from found footage cinema.
It wasn't an ARG, it was a bunch of web videos, you fucktard.
The creepypasta was again to blur the line between reality and fiction. And the best creepypastas, I think, were ones that you kind of went, okay, this could be a true story, this could be something that really happened. I think Candle Cove is one of the scariest. It's the idea of these people on a forum, thinking back to an old show.
We know, oh my god, we know what Candle Cove is! A bunch of people who think a show exists when it didn't. Fuck off with this recap and get to the damn point and say something actually worth the damn instead of wasting our time that we can easily do by reading on fucking Wikipedia!
So it doesn't seem too unusual that they would have a sleep
and,
people kept
man, you're crashing out.
Go crazy. Where it gets ridiculous is how far it goes that concept. And that was a big issue with the creepypastas. They went too far. And not too far like too extreme, which is scary, but too ridiculous and too absurd. Jeff the Killer is, of course, the poster child of this. A story that's poorly written, absolutely ridiculous, and while memorable, it's more known as a meme today because it took it too far. Again, not in a scary way.
People believe it's much more frightening. When you know there's something behind the door, your imagination makes it a lot more frightening. Once you see the monster, you start dealing with it. And it's so resolved.
Tales from the Dark Side, I want to go back to that. That was often very goofy. Tales from the Crypt, often very extreme. You see these gory, horrible endings. But they knew how to do it well. The storytellers and the directors and the writers, they knew how to frame it in a way that was understandable, interesting, entertaining. These creepypastas were written people didn't really understand the means to tell a good scary story. They thought that just throwing everything to the wall was the best approach, and often that resulted in people being taken out of the story. Creepypastas were a short-lived but influential element of the development of modern children's horror because it was children telling scary stories to other children. And I think a lot of creators who started with creepypastas would go on to learn how to write better horror stories, and that's great. Unfortunately, something horrible happened.
Yeah, for the love of God, get to the point,
in from across the globe for a Waukesha girl nearly stabbed to death by two classmates. An update now on her recovery from her family. Two of the girl's friends are accused of stabbing her as many as 19 times last month. They told police they plotted to kill her to impress the fictional character Slender Man.
The Slender Man stabbings. I think when this happened, it really did shut the door on creepypastas for a lot of people because it was no longer just fun, it was now bleeding into reality. Ironically, a series of schools
retards taking one idiot who does something stupid because he reads a story. That's like if somebody like pushes someone in front into a train wall, into a train station wall, because they're like, oh, I read in Harry Potter that you can go through here. It's like, what are we gonna stop Harry Potter then?
Apparently,
because, like, one fucking idiot just took a fictional story as real life. Also, I love Ant's. Oh, you missed his face, Backseater. He's all puckered up.
There it is.
Pouty ant.
Seriously, why are ants' lips so big? Holy shit.
Where he got an injection. They're like, are you sure? We normally do this for women. He's like, yeah, I really want it.
Yeah. God almighty.
Tried to have an impact on the reality in which we live in. And that's something
he got one on his nose, too.
Yeah, he's got a big Squidward nose, yeah.
And it's like, I want those dick-sucking lips. Go DSLs in my town.
Yeah.
Horror. We don't see that too often outside of that. It's really fascinating, I think. One interesting thing, too, about all this is that a lot of these scary stories for kids became popular less because of the frightening scenes within and more because of the convoluted lore. The SCP Foundation is not a children's horror story.
Hates lore.
Oh boy, of course he fucking
don't
does.
Get so bogged down with plot. What are you, EFAP? Oh jeez.
Oh no, anyway.
There's no themes in these stories. They're just trying to scare you and entertain you. They're terrible.
But that structure of cataloging the unknown and enigmatic in a way to maybe gain control over it, to understand it, study it, that became a primary motivation for a lot of writers in the creepypasta scene, as well as theorists playing Five Nights.
Oh, fucking Mad Pat, I hope he dies. Swear to God.
Freddy's and the various games based on Five Nights at Freddy's. I think to an extent, this is something very unique to this era, because previously, the scary stuff didn't need explanation. Why does Monster Blood exist in Goosebumps?
Both in a video game and in real life, yes. Anyway.
Who cares? How does the haunted mask really function? It doesn't matter. We get a vague idea, but it's not really a focal point of the narrative. Rather, the focal point is how this
is a Backseater stream. I don't think, wordplay is necessary with him.
Yeah.
That's with the normal. With a lot of newer horror for kids, the focus is entirely on how does this work? How is this categorized? It's the Wikipedia-ification, so to speak, of horror. We have to catalog.
Because how dare people actually try to figure shit out, am I right?
We have to examine, we have to comprehend. And as a result, we've gotten things like the backrooms that becomes way too cataloged, to the point where you get different levels of the backrooms. The backrooms originally were just this concept where you might clip through reality and end up in this weird, nebulous, unending hallway where nothing happens. Almost like
the backrooms of a store. By cataloging it into different versions of the backrooms with different monsters and threats, it started to lose its appeal. It became less of this existential, unending horror that had no explanation, and more of an orderly world with limitations and focal points.
He believes it's much more frightening. When you know that something's behind the door, your imagination makes it a lot more frightening.
What is even his point with that shit? Like, my brain is so broken right now.
Once you see the monster, you start dealing with it, and it's sort of resolved.
I think this does cheapen horror a lot, and is one of the reasons why so many horror stories written in this era personally just don't resonate with me. It undermines the horror to give it more detail, and those two components, being too extreme at times without understanding the full depths of how extreme something can be, and the over-analysis of its own fear and lore, undermine a lot of these stories, in my personal opinion. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, well, congrats, Ant. You're an idiot then. I don't know what to tell ya.
These creepypastas, they showed studios, hey, kids do want horror. There was a short boom in the 2010s where studios tried to produce horror for kids. And it didn't go the way they were hoping. Paranorman and Hotel Transylvania showed that kids really love spooky stuff to studios. Now, both were very different tonally, of course, but were very well received. Paranorman was more...
Seriously, Ant ranting about, like, oh, they're too detailed. You're taking away from the horror. Ant, you just sound like a fucking boomer who's just upset that shit isn't exactly the way you want. I swear to God. Oh, my God.
An authentic horror story with this intense pathos and amazing stop-motion animation, whereas Hotel Transylvania was a lot more fun, showing that kids do like and connect to these monsters, these outsiders. It hit the emotional core as to
no, it's just a fucking comedy, and I swear to God.
Why kids were drawn to Dracula and Frankenstein back in the 30s.
Will you play with me?
And look, don't ask any questions. That scene goes great. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Now, on the live action.
By the way, I did a little research here because he was bitching and moaning about how R.L. Stine didn't get any money back in the 90s. Apparently, in 1 year, he made $41 million. I think he was doing all right.
Yeah, I'd kill for $41,000. Hell yeah,
and
brother.
He's still alive and writing, and he's now 82. So.
God damn, he's fucking old. Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that old.
Fuck. Oh my God. But yeah, John, like, what do you think of like this fucking detail rant? And just went on like, oh, horror stories are getting too detailed now.
Yeah, but that's basically what I was saying. Whenever he started on this, he hates lore and he wants it to, and he basically like wants nothing to mean anything. Like he's given examples of Goosebumps books, which is what got me looking up R.L. Stine again, because it's like, well, yeah, Ant, those are like in and out like novella type things. They're not gonna get into some deep lore. Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't like that in the first game. Like they started getting lore because they kept making more sequels. I mean,
yeah. Briscoe, what are your thoughts on that bullshit?
He's a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty simple. I agree with what John said. You know, they want to fucking just have the fucking. They just want the name recognition, or they want to be in on the topic of the name recognition.
A little trickier. Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark did come back, but neither really captured the public's imagination the same way they did previously. The Goosebumps films, especially the second one, failed to inspire faith in the franchise. And Are You Afraid of the Dark, its revival was actually removed from Paramount Plus, erasing it as if it never existed at all. And you can find DVDs of it.
Yeah, because it was shit.
That's fine. There's also House of the Clock in its Walls, which was alright. It's based on the older book. Not bad. The Haunted Mansion of 2023 is honestly not terrible either, but it's also not particularly great. Feeling more like a summer blockbuster than a horror movie. And I think audiences were kind of tired of Disney at that time, and it failed spectacularly at the box office. Honestly,
has Ant ever just said that a movie is trash and shit? Like,
no.
Unless it's like a white supremacist movie or something. Like, if it's something politically that he hates, then of course, then yeah. Like, he'll do something super safe, like a Jared Leto movie or like Birth of a Nation. But like with Goosebumps 2 there, he's like, oh, it failed to capture the audience as much as the first. It's like, no, just say it was like a shitty sequel. Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a deal, dude. He's like Chris Stuckman. He's afraid to burn bridges.
Yeah.
Imaginings of these older franchises.
Speaking of Chris Stuckman, his film just came out.
Yeah, it's shit.
I have not heard good things. I need to look for a online copy soon.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which was frankly horrific, and a great starter horror film for an older kid, I think. Of course, with the new era of horror revivals, many new shows were slick, polished. They took the wrong lessons from movies like Scream, making something that's refined and slick, like a teen drama, minus the sense of narrative earnestness that defined earlier horror for kids.
Geez.
And again, a lot of that was campy, a lot of that was silly. The Goosebumps revival TV show on Disney Plus is basically just Scream, ultra polished, but also minus the charm of Goosebumps. As a result, I think it's a spectacular misstep. And again, they're making Goosebumps a teen story. Changing the demographic of the age of Goosebumps changes the core fear of everything. The Haunted Mask becomes less a story about being true to yourself and loving yourself, and more a story about drug addiction, which, I mean, that's a teenage horror concept, sure, but it's also not relevant to what we're talking about. It defies the expectations of the story
Watch the old
and ruins.
episode if you want it for kids.
Yeah, fucking yeah, again, and you're just bitching for the sake of bitching here.
The themes they're in. What modern studios seem to fail to understand is that
the themes, man. Yo, New York, Florida man. Yep, sure. Hang on, New York, Florida man. There's the link.
More
there it
slime
is.
than shivers. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Horror for children is not just scary but PG. It's fear that's directly made to address the concerns and terrors children feel. The Haunted Mask works because children do feel insecure in themselves. They may hate themselves or dislike elements of themselves. To completely change what
and teenagers don't feel that in themselves?
Haunted Mask
That's
represents
not
is
why
to
I like the story, and
completely
when I was a
remove
kid, it was a spooky mask. Like, I wasn't thinking of like, oh yes, I too feel insecure in myself. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Point of the story. It's to recontextualize it in a way that's completely different. And while you could tell a good story about that topic, and indeed many monsters can be reapplied in different genres and concepts to deal with different fears, it does defeat the purpose. Why make it a Goosebumps story if you're going to fundamentally change the fears Goosebumps is addressing? Just make it something else. But they don't want that. They want the brand recognition. Because the brand is what matters. Not the heart of the story, but its exterior, its name, its trademark. It's just so...
Oh, so now the brand recognition matters. I see how it is.
Clear by comparison that scary movies...
And just literally just want rehashes of, like, shit, like, from when he was a kid. If so, then what was the fucking point of him saying like, oh, Scooby-Doo or whatever got stagnant in the 2000s then? Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. Don't get stagnant, but also don't ever change anything, because then you're not true to the original.
Yeah, because that's not contradictory at all.
Used and directed by people who cared about children, cared about what children wanted to see, as well as were competent horror storytellers in their own
I'm pretty
right.
sure the guy that wrote Pinocchio was a fucking diddler.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, he cared about children. We know how he cared about them.
Yeah.
He cared about children, and he wanted to write a story about a doll with long wood.
And I think it's one of the things that makes the Five Nights at Freddy's film so damn refreshing. The movie is somehow both extremely simple and extremely complicated all at once.
Simple
with
shit.
countless threads that make a simple story and simple premise feel much denser than it really is. The horror is
when
diluted.
people leave
but,
with that shit, just a contradictory statement. It's like, it's very simple and yet complicated. It is deep and yet accessible. It is fast-paced and yet slow enough to follow. It's like, oh, shut up. Just get to the point.
It's often not very scary, much like the games became not very scary, and more focused on the complicated lore of the various characters. The games became more interested in the lore, and the movie reflects that, talking about the tangled mysteries and how things happen and what everything means, and speculation centered on a series of child murders and the construction of these animatronics. But the film apparently had a lot of trouble getting produced because the producers, the studio, wanted to make a traditional horror film, and the creator, Scott Cawthon, tried to really push back on that, trying to make it more like the games. And while mainstream audiences were kind of a little iffy on Five Nights, the kids who grew up with it loved it, now adults themselves. But of course, there's no connection to Scream or any
You
of that
showed us numbers, you didn't show the budget, so I don't really know. I'm guessing it was successful because I'm pretty sure it's getting a sequel this December,
but at all. There's no connection at all to that era of, oh right, there is. I always come back. I'm actually surprised that Christina Ricci didn't show up in this one. Oh wait, no, because he was in Wednesday, another slick revival of a classic children's horror story. I also think it's very ironic how Tim Burton
to work. Good
actually
for
showed
them.
up for this one. With Wednesday, after sitting out the original films that were inspired by his aesthetic, but I digress. There's something strangely fitting about a villain played by Matthew Lillard, who played Ghostface and Shaggy, being dragged off to the darkness by the new icons of children's horror. It almost feels like a passing of the torch in some ways, though part of me still...
No, it is not, and that's...
Yeah. Nobody's comparing those.
Yeah, people just get obsessed with the fucking actors. They're like... They view these actors, it's always these phrases like, he was born to play that role, and he is so important to have in here so he can pass the torch to the next generation of horror. It's like, dude, they're fucking replaceable. I'm sorry to tell you, like 99% of roles are just replaceable.
They should replace T'Challa, and you're telling me that people can't get over seeing it's just I think it's a part of the nostalgia of it, like you're used to this actor, but it's also buying into the fact that these are just fucking people. They're no special motherfuckers, dude.
Well,
they shit. Some of them don't even wipe properly, and they're fucking like, who cares if who the actor is playing your favorite fictional character.
It's the Hollywood like cottage industry. They have to prop up the importance of actors and act like they're all one of a kind. They're all the most important person ever, and none of them are replaceable. It's like they have to like, yeah, it's the aggrandization of like
exactly
talent, and because they're afraid, because really what it is a lot of the people who are covering it that say that they want to get interviews with those people, so they're like, I'm gonna fucking fillet them and suck all their dicks so that I can not burn any bridges, and so I'll just.
Meanwhile, you got millions of actors out there not getting any gigs because it's like a union of workers, you know, that obviously they have their unions, their FAGs and such. But
Film
you know,
Actors Guild.
Yeah, Film Actors Guild. But yeah, they got a lock on it. It's kind of like the same thing in the music industry. I experienced a lot of that shit, man. The old dudes don't want to leave, so the younger guys, in order to get raps, music out there, they gotta be extra and do all this extra, you know, kill this and kill that rap just to be shock value and popularize and this and that. And look at what you got now. You got all this shitload of, in Hollywood, all these shitloads of low budget, well, not low budget, but back in the day, they would be on the low budget shelf in the VHS rental store. Movies like Terrifier and Smile and all these other movies full of actors that people don't really know, but they're all over the place now. And the only really, like, traction you see them getting is from reaction. They only get reaction traction. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like that's the only thing letting people think there's still hope in being an actor. Come join us and get groomed. You know, meanwhile, it's always going to be Denzel at the top. It's always going to be Tom Cruise. It's going to be Tom Hanks. You're still never going to be shit once you get in that door. You're just going to be the dude bending over getting his shit pushed in.
There's only one way, and that's if you have massive, great tits, and then you can break in like Sydney Sweeney. It's the cheat code.
Yeah.
Did you see that photo of her from like the variety shit?
Yeah, where she's got like the see-through dress. Yeah, that's been everywhere today.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
At the women empowerment event, she's like, tits, ladies. They're just like, oh, we're fucking jealous, but we have to act happy for you.
Yeah. Oh gosh, guys, I'm scrolling through X right now, and Joshua Douglas, one of Ant's dick lickers, says his, you know, meaning me, a lack of awareness concerning children and their safety is peak MAGA. They pretend to care about children while validating a man, or in Backseat's case, a Joker opinion that advocates for or makes light of harming children, especially when that also includes pedophilia.
Yet I bet he loves that scene in Dr. Sleep where they're stabbing the shit out of that kid.
Yeah, what is that, Dr. Sleep?
Yeah.
It's the sequel to The Shining.
Oh, that movie is so artistic and cinematic. Because it got that guy who was in that first season of Fear the Walking Dead, and he's Indian. Oh,
it was
American. We have to
see the kid getting stabbed.
Yeah. So the whole plot of Dr. Sleep is it's a sequel to The Shining. So you know, Danny Torrance is all grown up, and then there's like this group of like vampire shining sucking people that keep their youth by like sucking the shining out of kids because it's the most powerful when you're a kid. So they find kids and fucking murder them and suck in their essence and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It's actually disturbing, that movie, but it fills in a lot of blanks for people who always wondered the ending of The Shining. You know,
I read the book, and the movie had a fucking retarded ending that was a bunch of jangling keys because they had to reference The Shining so heavily. Yeah. They added all that shit. Like, they still went to the Overlook in the book, but they didn't have a bunch of the ghosts from the movie show up.
Yeah.
And, like, little cameos.
Yeah. Oh, Joshua Doug. Oh, guys. Okay, guys. Real quick, I'll read this off, and then we'll get back to the fucking video here. Hang on, I gotta show this. This shit is fucking unhinged. So Joshua Douglas is explaining how I'm the MAGA of Star Wars. Get this. I'm completely detached from reality. I have conspiracy theories handcrafted to suit the point in the face of evidence that shows what reality is. fanatic and rabid support of something while ignoring its flaws, rampant hypocrisy, using real and fake to describe opinions or people or organizations that disagree with me, gatekeeping of people that have different experiences to me in relation to the topic, Ouroboros-style logic in an attempt to validate my view by using similar opinions to me as evidence to support my claims, which repeat in loop to use opinions to support my opinions that support other people's opinions, and actual evidence thrown in, and logical fallacies and tactics in debates when confronted with logical reasoning and facts. Just straw man's putting words in people's mouths. What the hell?
Seems like he's really describing the modern left, not really MAGA.
Unhinged.
You're like, hey, don't chop off the kids' dicks. He's like, oh my god, you don't live in reality. It's like, what?
Anyways, we got Melissa saying, don't talk about Stu Macher, Aunt. You don't know shit about Scream. Yeah. Joshua is a white boy for Harris. What a crybaby, yeah.
White dudes for Harris, bro. We're cutting into the vote.
Speaking of Scream, did anyone see the Scream 7 trailer?
No.
Oh, no.
I stopped watching after, like, Scream 5, I think.
Apparently there's 7 now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway, moving on.
Which is they included a little more, shall we say, red stuff like in the games.
Blood?
It sounds like he shit
So what does this mean for the genre? Well, it means that everything's changed. It's shifted. It's no longer what it once was. And that's fine. That's good. Children's horror as a televised medium is maybe dead now, but it's become something very different, and I hope to see it evolve over the next several years. You see, the thing about horror is that it always has to evolve. It has to remain changing and ever-shifting. If we're too nostalgic about what was, then that's bad. We have to move forward. We have to evolve with the times.
Jesus,
and horror...
you want shit to evolve, yet you derided the Goosebumps TV show for daring to change and evolve. Yeah, okay, Aunt. Yeah, that tracks.
It's like, dude, like, yeah, it evolves not because, like, people want to challenge themselves with some new idea. People just get tired of the same shit all the time. So then it evolves into something else. And then they'll probably, they'll be like, oh, you know what? We haven't seen any good slashers in 10 years. And they'll want to see some more of those. So,
yeah,
shit happens.
I mean, Goosebumps can still be in its own realm of horror, like for kids and stuff like that. And, Are You Scared of the Dark? Like the scary stories, I mean. Like those books you used to buy on book day in school, like the classic horror books you would buy on book day. Like when they make movie adaptations of that and stuff, yeah, that's all right. I get it, yeah. But does he not know the difference between movies that have child actors in them that are horror movies and movies that are made for children to watch on Halloween? Can he not differentiate that?
Well, and like even the more adult ones, they would release like TV versions. That is probably what the kids saw. Like that's what I was. I'd be watching TNT show Friday the 13th, which obviously was not going to be super graphic. It was on TV.
Mm-hmm. Still going to be scary though.
Yeah, they still have like scary scenes. Like you just do little cuts and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway,
it was a thing made for kids originally, but then kids took hold of it, took ownership of it, and told people what they wanted to see, what they responded to. The modern landscape is more.
That's the real scary here.
Yeah, it's like fucking Eric Butts. Yeah. Oh, hey, Melissa's carving her pumpkin now. Nice. Oh, guys, I gotta show you this. Fucking Caw, who's another one of Ant's dick lickers. He had this to say about me.
He's the one that argued with you for like 7 days straight.
Yeah, so I said, I'd be like, okay, so hang on. So he says, hey, quick question, because I'm curious. Let's say you had a daughter and she just got raped and murdered. What would be your reaction to that? So I reply with this joke response. I'd be like, God damn it, insert daughter's name here. I taught you how to defend yourself. What the fuck? You frankly deserve this.
Oh my God.
Insert daughter's name.
A totally serious response. Absolutely.
You thought this was and this is why you are so despised. It's because you don't have a shred of empathy inside you, and you refuse to acknowledge or understand why having any empathy at all is a good thing. People like you are the exact reason why the world sucks right now. It's
a fucking joke.
Right? Well,
What
joke
the
or not,
fuck?
it's still a fucked thing to say regardless. This is something that you have been told numerous times by now, and yet you still refuse to get into that thing you call a skull.
These humorless fucks have like just destroyed everything.
Oh my god.
Kyle got
here's
mad
Bob-
because I blocked him and then kept responding to him.
Yeah.
He started screenshotting my shit. I'm like, well,
Oh,
I'm
here's
so
DJ.
happy I blocked you because
Come on, DJ. We're live right now laughing at you fucks.
you added a T in laughing.
Oh, whatever. No.
I'm like, every time I get notifications of all this shit the Backseat is saying, I'm like, this is why the fucking block button exists, because I don't want to be talking to these people for 7 days and they will literally never stop. I'm just going to say my final thing. We both said our piece and I'm leaving now.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, let's finish this fucking video up
I
here,
have to get the
bro.
last word. That means that I'm
free of the
right.
studio system. Yes, the corporate marketing is now gone, but now it's in the hands of creatives who can do it themselves. They were inspired by these old stories that were made in spite of the studio system. They can do it now themselves forever. Scooby-Doo might not be...
These stories couldn't even fucking exist without the studio system greenlighting them in the first place, you dumb shit.
as big now, but Scooby-Doo inspired a lot of mystery stories that are now being told
Ant
today.
will be mowing the loss of traditional animation, even though he wants to cut off all the fucking studios that could make it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who've taken ownership of the narrative and brought it inward, telling it themselves to scare each other and to scare kids, to have fun. At the end of the day, if you're having fun, that's all that matters. Children's media is being produced.
Oh my god, if you're having fun, that's all that matters. Oh
Fun,
god,
fun,
this
fun, fun,
bullshit line of thinking.
I was just gonna say fun.
Fun, 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 take it away.
Ants, you know people can have fun. People can have their fucking fun and tell each other stories while these things are being... They did that in the 90s whenever these things were being made.
Yeah, that bygone era that you nostalgically wish was back, yeah.
Less and less.
2025, we can't have fun anymore.
Movies made for kids every single year. However, these genres of horror aimed for younger audiences
from
exist.
Variety. Why fun is problematic and white privilege.
Despite it, more kids are willing to go play Poppy's Playtime than they are watching a Goosebumps show. And that's fine. That's their experience. That's what they like. We can't force kids to watch the things we used to watch as kids because they got to grow up into
You can, though. It's called being a good parent and giving them good shit to watch, you fucktard.
Was he just being like hyperbolic? Is there actually something called Apocalypse Playtime?
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
a
that.
Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
do it themselves. As a future parent, I think that's a lot. You know,
Oh God! You're fake ass kid, and yeah, we know you think about that shit a lot.
grew up with these scary stories, and I'm thinking more and more about what I would show my own kid when he is finally brought into this world. I wouldn't want to show him The Exorcist or anything like that, but there are movies made for kids that he could watch. But also, what will he be?
How about you show him the shit from your childhood instead of the woke trash today?
About
How about
show him fucking Jurassic Park. I don't know. How about show him, because that's like a horror movie for kids. Dinosaurs running around. It's terrifying if you're a kid when you first see it. It's thrilling. You know, it's not a typical horror like Halloween horror, but it's a horror in all sense of the words.
No, New York, Florida man, he can show him the new Netflix Jurassic Park show with the lesbian kisses.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He'd be like, this is more propy than that other movie. That one had like genetics and stuff and had a differentiation between men and women. That was wrong.
I'm trying to think of what horror my mother considered acceptable for me when I was a kid. And I can't remember. I guess like the most horror that I didn't have to sneak off to watch, because I pretty much... You know, when we were kids, all my friends had older brothers with horror movies, and we also sneak the tapes and watch them and stuff like that. So we were exposed to that shit at a young age. But the stuff that I was allowed to see was like, you know, I mean, like
I would watch sci-fi.
Treehouse of Horrors, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like if it was
Arachnophobia.
anything like with because the ratings were on everything, obviously. And, you know, my mother wasn't retarded, so she saw the ratings. She'd be like, nope, automatically. I'd be like, you can't watch, I can't rent Psycho Cop. I can't rent whatever it was called, Maniac Cop at the time.
Come on, Mom. Frankenhooker isn't so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the reason why being a kid sucks. can't fucking do anything. You're at the whims
trying
of
to
your
think,
goddamn
though.
parents.
You really got to sneak off and watch all that shit on your own, and that's what kids do. And see, he's forgetting what it's like to be a kid, because kids in real life are like the kids on South Park. They're little shitheads. I was a little shithead. My friends were little shitheads. We cursed. We talked about sex and things way ahead of our time. Some of them were even fucking doing drugs at a young age.
South Park
Let's be
got
real. We're in
nothing
the
on
real
Backseat,
world.
though,
If he wants his kid to grow up in fantasy world, he can keep feeding him hog shit.
Right. Anyway.
Our parents never gave a shit, to be honest.
Yeah, we ran around fucking like most of the time. Well, what era are you from?
80s.
80s, baby. So, you know, we ran around unattended mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free range children, yeah.
I mean, we were watching fucking Toxic Avenger when we were like,
oh my god,
6 years old.
I refused to watch that Peter Dinklage bullshit because I love the original so much. And let me tell you something, when they crushed that kid's head with that fucking car, when they ran over that kid's head and popped like a ketchup packet, that fucked me up as a kid. I was like, oh shit, man, they really did. They went there.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I knew Trauma was like, I'm watching everything Trauma makes. They're sick. From Surf Ninjas Must Die.
Exactly, I think it fucked
no, Surf Nazis.
Yeah, when
All
I was a
Surf
kid, the
Nazis
thing
must
that
die.
fucked me up was Twisted Metal Black. It's like, oh my god, these fucking cutscenes. What the shit, bro?
And Ninja Scroll was my shit when I was a kid because it was so violent. The level of violence in Ninja Scroll fucking enamored me. Just how cool. So I used to draw. After I saw that, I just started drawing violent pictures everywhere. They, my teacher found a bunch of them and thought I was like a little psycho killer and showed them to my mother.
Yeah, but we all know Ant will never have his kid experience such awesome crap anyway.
What he wants to see. Because horror is only horror if you're drawn to it. If you're forced to watch something, it's not really scary. It's more an obligation.
It's not about forcing something. You can take a recommendation. It's not that big of a deal, dude.
In every generation is meant to define the fears and expectations of that generation. Of who's watching.
Oh, what? Hello?
Hello?
Jacob?
Hello? Who is that?
Hola.
Jacob was trying to say hello, I think, but he might have been talking to someone else.
Oh, hey, the DJ took the bait. Hey, Joey and his friends are pedophiles.
Oh, DJ, I forgot you were a furry, pedo. My bad.
Yeah, DJ. If you want to find a pedo, look in the mirror. Anyway.
Careful, Backseat. Those furries are known to shoot people recently. They might come
DJ,
for you.
Yeah, hey, DJ, are you a member of I see you like wolves. Are you a member of the Brutus Beat-Offs by any chance?
I didn't get it yet.
Well, anyway,
Jacob, mute.
Jacob, fucking mute. All right, there, I muted Jacob.
Does he watch shit with kids getting their heads run over?
Yeah, DJ, do you watch shit with kids getting their heads run over?
No, you ain't cool, motherfucker.
Yeah, you ain't cool, DJ. Fuck you. Edwin says either Anthony was too much vanilla in his childhood or his parents must have withheld his childhood. Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, the crybaby arrived. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Graphic. What is the horror for kids in the next decade? What form will it take? Probably more digital,
It's probably
more
one
games,
of those
more
assholes that like you make suggestions to, and he's like, "I'll put it on the list," and he has no fucking list, and he never watches anything that anybody else recommends. He's like, "I have to come to it on my own, or it's not really that thing."
Material. What will they want? What will they be drawn to? The colorful mascots, the fear, the jump scares, the lore, something
All
more
of the
extreme?
above.
Who knows? But I do know this: if you love storytelling, if you love,
I don't know, Ant. If you're curious about why they're drawn to it, fucking ask them.
That's such a fucking nothing statement. If you love storytelling, what does that even like? Yeah, I like well-told stories, like, but everybody does. It's all about like what you consider well told. That's like whenever somebody says like, you know, oh, what do you like? I just like good stories. It's like, okay, whatever the fuck that means. Name something you like.
Yeah, that's what fucking Jeremy used to do when he was on the show, where he's like, we don't care if it's like, oh, don't just want it to be good. Like, well, what the hell is good, Jeremy? Fuck. And then whenever you press him, he's like, I'm sorry.
We'll move on.
Yeah,
Hey,
DJ says, at least I have a life. What the hell?
You're watching us not having a life. So how do you have a life?
You argued with Backseater
hey,
for funny.
DJ, here's the link to StreamYards. We'll let you come on and we'll debate you over what constitutes a life.
Be a fucking man.
Wait.
Be a gross balls, DJ, and confront us. Yeah.
Grow a pair of nuts and jump on a stream and say it with your fucking face.
Yeah, you wanted to troll us. Here's your prime opportunity to troll us, DJ. Troll us on our own show. At Vasquez says, Josh,
no, you got
big man, got something to say? Nah, I got a life. Can't say much about your own life. Yeah, it's pretty much DJ right here. Yeah. Melissa says, my first slasher was Halloween 1978 when I was 4. It scared the shit out of me. Then it was a slasher could find. Exactly. Well, let's finish.
Damn, remember being scared at that age? It was like the amplification of fear was just over fucking whelming. Like I remember, all right, okay, so Halloween 3, I think, came out around the time. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 came out around the time I was 5-6 years old, and my father left it on in the room, and then went to the bathroom, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm in the room by myself, and Freddy's on TV." Yeah. And I was like so scared that I because my pops was a tough guy when he was around. You know, he was like, "Hey, listen, you better don't fucking run away. You watch that movie, don't be scared," type of guy. You know. So I tried to sneak without creaking the floorboards to hide near the bathroom door, like so he wouldn't know that I was hiding from the movie. And then when I heard him rinse, like, turning the sink on, I ran back real slowly to, like, I was in there watching the whole movie the whole time. Like, yeah, I'm tough. I manned it up. You know, I watched because it was the scene when Freddy came out of the floor looking like a giant fucking snake head type of thing. Yeah. And started gobbling that bitch up, and I was like, oh!
Your dad quizzes you on the quad. He's like, what happened while I was gone?
Yeah. But you know what desensitized me was Resident Evil. Because I used to play in a dark attic when it came out. I must have been like 10, 11, something like that. And I used to play in the dark. My bedroom was in the attic with a dark, windy staircase going downstairs. And I had to play it by myself up there in the dark. And dude, the first time a jump scare happens, when you turn a corner and something, and that thing pops out the wall at you, the little fucking zombie pops out the wall at you, I almost shit myself, dude. Fucking, I remember pausing the game and going, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. And then I remember manning up and saying, walk down those fucking stairs. Just do it. There's no such thing as ghosts. Don't be a bitch. I remember telling myself, don't be a bitch. And you know, I just forced myself to play Resident Evil in the dark in an attic until I fucking didn't feel scared walking down a dark flight of stairs after seeing some zombie shit anymore. And I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of desensitized to it now. I can play anything.
John, Soy Boy Koi actually got a hair transplant. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, I did not see that.
No. Speaking of soy boys, DJ says, nah, I don't need to debate with little boys to be a man.
Why did he put man in parentheses?
I don't know.
Nobody's mentioned anything
because he's not a man. Is that what he's saying?
I guess. I don't fucking know.
It was already in quotes. The whole sentence.
DJ, you not coming on here just makes you look like a little bitch. All right, be real.
Yeah, really, honestly, you not showing your face after talking shit makes you look like a little bitch.
Yeah,
and it makes you look like you're wasting your time to not even have the fucking balls to prove your own point.
Hashtag wasted evening. Dio Gold says, by good story, Ant means something that preaches far left BS to the audience. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Edwin says, Halloween 3 was trash. It wasn't even Michael Myers or Season of the Witch. Yeah, fuck Halloween 3.
Season of the Witch, I think that was a movie that they actually probably just had sitting on the shelf, and they didn't have Halloween 3 on time, so they were like, fuck it, put Halloween 3 on and push it out.
They planned to make the rest of them all anthologies, but they waited
That's what they said, but I think that was just a cover story for fucking up.
Yeah.
I gotta believe.
DJ. Nah, it just means I have better things to do in my life.
But you're still here, dick shit.
Watch the whole stream. No.
I have better things to do. DJ. I'd much rather just watch than participate. Yeah, you cuck.
DJ, you've been arguing.
So basically, you just watching us fucking you right now by talking shit about you. You're a cuck. You're getting cucked by us right now. If you don't want to be a cuck, get on fucking screen and be a fucking man. And start fucking back, bitch.
DJ says, good luck with being Nazi pedos. Oh my god. What a little crybaby. Fucking Christ, DJ. Oh my god. Edwin says, you don't want to debate, but you want to have an argument over on X, so it's easier on a keyboard rather than FaceTime? You came over from X to here, and now you want to continue to be the wannabe troll? Yeah, exactly, Edwin, yeah.
Either he's embarrassed to show himself. Go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, Zio Gold says horror anthologies were big in the 60s and 90s. Yeah, Ant wouldn't shut the fuck up about them earlier. He wasted his entire fucking 50 minutes recapping the history of horror and shit, man. God damn.
To be fascinating. Of all the genres for kids, it is the only one that seems consistently
Alright,
to
see you,
get
Jacob.
quality work. It's entertaining out consistently. I think so.
Lock the doors, bolt the windows. This Friday, Fox TV's most shocking show comes to prime time with a 1-hour Halloween special. Who could ask for anything more? Tales from the Crypt. Then, some say it's an ancient legend. Its victim was ripped to shreds. But Friday, oh my god, the legend returns to kill. The X-Files after Tales from the Crypt.
Wait, what? Oh god!
Prime time Tales from the
Anime
Crypt.
gets so political. Ant versus the internet. Oh lord!
I ain't watching that. That's a stream where he's probably just going through Twitter saying
Is
things
it a
that he
stream?
doesn't like.
Oh yeah, it's a
3 hours
stream,
long, it
alright.
better be.
Oh god!
What the fuck? He's got his little furry friend on there.
Oh god, he's strangling his furry friend. Oh
He's
fuck!
a feel. He's like, oh baby.
Ooh baby, yeah. Oh my
feel
god.
them titties and smile. That's creepy.
Notice how it's a little devil, little demon with a little devil's tail.
And it's like, ooh, the devil.
Yeah.
All
I get it.
the kids love the devil. If you put the devil in it, the kids will come because the kids love the devil.
And he got blue hair. He gets a boner for blue-haired devils.
Yeah, and it's a tranny devil too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he got it. Oh no! Here's the symbolism. It has a long. Yeah, it has a tail between his thigh, between his legs. That's the dong.
That's
so the blue hair lets you know it's a tranny because it got a dong and the long blue hair.
Yeah. Zio Gold says, I can do better the history of horror video than Ant. Do it, Zio Gold. Kickstart your YouTube career. FYI, Crimson Ender's crazier than Ant. I admittedly, I don't have as much experience with Crimson Ender, but yeah, anyway, I want to skim this shit at least. Oh, fuck you, Ant. You don't deserve to have this piece of fan art drawn over you like this. You're not a real Ace Attorney. You know, fucking Ant was on Twitter one day where he was like, actually, the Ace Attorney games are very political. It's like fucking Shu Takumi, the creator of the damn games, literally admitted he knew nothing about the law when he was writing the damn games.
They're such over-the-top, like, jokey, I mean, at least the first one that I've played, it's so, like, out-of-this-world humor that you could never, like, what is political about interviewing the fucking parrot? And, like, it's just something ridiculous. Oh, Bendis.
Yeah, I don't get it. Does Ant hate Brian Michael Bendis or some shit? Oh no, they're arguing. It's a lover's quarrel.
It's gonna eat him.
This is Ant every time I make a video on him.
Looks like he's trying to fucking blow himself.
Yeah, he's like, damn, these hanging ribs.
Oh man, my dick is too short. I'll never get to it.
Gave birth to our fantastic son. Thank you, everyone, so much for.
Oh yeah, your fake son that you won't fucking prove is real. Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, if he does got a kid, then I wouldn't want to put it on blast either.
Zio Gold, here's a sample of Crimson Ender. They made an entire stream coming up with insane reasons why Jerry Pete's a right-winger. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Jerry Pete
Ant's doing this annoying shit with his chat, just like Emlyn does, where it's super tiny and you can't read anything.
Now a father. Yes, everyone in chat's now saying I love it.
Is every word out of his mouth?
If you're a father, fucking prove it, you dumbass.
Okay, see, now I'm starting not to believe him.
5 months. Congrats, Ant. Hope everything is well. Everything is well, thankfully. My sleep schedule is not, but I wasn't sleeping anyway. That's how I made all these videos all this time. So, I'm not sure if you all saw, I put out a video today on Tim Burton. This was going to be...
Yeah, I haven't even seen it, and I know it's shit.
A society made in an era, made with environmental factors, and all art reflects
maybe
that.
He'll display some comment that he's going to argue with. I don't know if he's just gonna waste all that screen space or eventually display something.
There we
there.
go. Who the fuck are these guys?
God.
He got fucking this big shit on.
This is a trash taste thing where they had Hassan Piker on and he was talking all
fuck
about how
that guy.
political One Piece was.
That guy's such a
like,
fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he was basically like saying that One Piece is ultra liberal and it reinforces all of his beliefs.
Oh God. Edwin, his son is the mailman's actual
One Piece,
son.
by the way, makes multiple gags about trannies. It makes like literally the one character's training arc is he's running away from cross-dressers / trannies for the 2-year time skip. He's just running from them, and so his legs get way stronger, and he like literally is just running in horror because they're all coming on to him, and he's fucking terrified of them, and he comes back like super strong, and then he gets pissed off at Luffy because the most beautiful woman in the world just wants to make him her husband and cook for him all the time. It spits in the face of these guys' fucking politics.
Yeah, Zeo Gold says, to be fair to Ann with all the pedos roaming around, I don't blame him showing off his son on the internet. Just fucking... It's like fucking blur the kid's face out or something.
Yeah, but now you know what? Listen, keep your kids out of. Don't even talk about you got a fucking kid. Keep it to yourself because you shouldn't. Like, first of all, if you just got a kid, that's nobody's fucking business, man. Like, you be a parent, do that, and keep your fucking work separate. Nobody wants to be a fucking Toyota working on a car and your friends talking about the fucking kid all day. Shut the fuck up and go fix that rotor, you dick.
I got a whiffed off of it though.
Edwin Vasquez says, hashtag doggate, hashtag collargate. Correction, Hassan called One Piece socialist, not liberal. That's even worse.
By the way, Luffy, like, reinstates multiple monarchs throughout the show. Like, if anything, it's pro-monarchy.
Oh God! Look at this Randall and Hassan got into controversy because the right-wing fucktards think he abused his son while standing Christy Gnome. We know he fucking abused his dog. You fucktard. We caught it on
we saw him
screen.
zapping the shit out of it, dude. We know what those collars do. We've all seen them. We know
How
what
dare
they
you
look
move
like.
from that 2-foot square space, Kaya? You stay right there in camera view, damn it.
Alright. Anyways, Briscoe's back. Anyway,
That's not how those collars were supposed to be used.
Oh, that's Briscoe.
Apparently, Hassan isn't his dog. He just got into controversy because the right-wing fucktards think he abused his dog while scanning Christy Gnome.
Yes, Christy Gnome, who they say all the time, they're like, oh, she fucking shot her dog. And it's like, yeah, they had to put down their dog whenever she was like a kid, and she talked about how it was a traumatizing experience for her.
So, this was just how they try to. So, South Park being uber liberal now out of nowhere because they took that money. So, well, they always been kind of like, left leaning anyway, just try to hide it so they didn't lose their main fucking conservative audience. But, so they just completely fucking made that shit over exaggerated about her dog, huh? Wow, they made it seem like she as an adult did it.
They all think that like she was just like gleefully going around shooting her dog, and it's like it's kind of more of a where the red fern grows kind of situation where it's like the dog was gonna die. And
Old
she was a
Yeller,
little kid.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we got to put them down because otherwise they're just gonna die in agony. That's kind of how it goes out in the country. She's from South Dakota. I bet there weren't like a lot of vets around.
Yeah, Edwin says, did the crybaby leave or is he still lurking while jerking? He left, I checked.
He's lurking and jerking.
Zio says, I'm a fan of Cyborg Frankie. Oh, gee. I don't know who that is.
Cyborg, he's the engineer, the shipwright on the crew.
Oh, have you guys, I know this is off topic, but have you guys ever heard of the Ricky O story?
Ricky O, no.
Oh my fucking God. Watch Ricky O. It is the most graphic fucking Korean exploitation film I think it's Korean or something like that. It's about a guy who got he's like super, like he can't be killed no matter what. It's the most goriest thing. He rips through people's stomachs and rips their guts out, smashes their heads with his fist. He fucking strangles some guy with his own fucking veins. It's fucking insane. But trust me, watch Ricky O. One day we should all do a reaction to it on my channel or something if you guys are down.
Hang on, look, hang on. So first of all, some asshole in the chat, the Maestro said Part 1 is better than Part 3. No, that's cap. Fucking Phantom Blood is not better than Stardust Crusaders. That's a fucking lie.
Never watched any. I'll have to let you know my thoughts once I do.
Alright, John. That's your next watch along.
Hey, you know I take recommendations. I went for the Ace Attorney and for Legend of Dragoon based on Backseater's recommendations.
Booty Warrior Dream.
More like Trey Madigan, the boot. Oh yeah, probably. And then what else did I see? Mr. Mirror says, Hassan, even though I don't agree with all their opinions because of people like him, the left might rise in America. Oh, God.
He's
the left might rise. They lost the last Civil War. They're going to lose the next one.
Yeah.
Also,
history repeats itself.
The fact that the mainstream media, like, embraces him as some sort of reasonable person after all the shit that he said is, like, shows how violent they're bending.
Oh my god. Here's Dog wearing sunglasses. That guy actually crashed this stream one time. I have never seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It's not adventures, it's just adventure.
Well, how can it be one adventure when there's so many parts, Backseater? That's impossible.
Oh my god. Zio Gold says, I'm a big fan of Battle Tendency. Alright, I didn't like Battle Tendency. I thought it was weak. Anyway.
How many parts are there right now? 6?
We're currently on part 9, but only 6 parts have been adapted. Oh, hey, look who came crawling back, DJ. Better to keep my sanity than to FaceTime these morons and giving them what they want.
You mean what you want because you keep engaging. You're the one who came here to engage with us. We didn't fucking run up in your asshole and start pinching it, dickhead.
Yeah, straight up.
But I like assholes.
Oh my god.
Right. You know, everyone else, like the whole family lineage is established there, but like other than that, it's like a different anime. Yeah,
but it's nice. You get like rewarded for watching, and I feel like you can appreciate the show more. For wildly changing it up, but then also having little crumbs that kind of like reward.
Yeah, especially when you get to like the later parts, like 7 and 8, where actually they start to call back to stuff in part 1. It's like, oh, okay,
so part 6, you know.
Steel Ball. How the fuck does Steel Ball Run and Jojolion fucking call back to part 1? What the fuck? No, it doesn't. I mean, aside from some similar names, it really doesn't. What the hell? It's like, yeah, I remember that part in, like, fucking Phantom Blood where Jonathan participated in a cross-country horse race. Oh my god.
Damn it, Ant doesn't have the dislike thing installed, I'm sure. Otherwise, he would probably see, I think it was... I forget if this was his first episode on there or second, but I know on his second episode on there, Hassan, like, got them fucking ratioed to hell because it was after he had said all of his violent shit, and so they got like a gajillion comments about how they're like, you shouldn't have a guy who likes 9/11 and like wants all the Jews to die to have on your fucking show again.
Yo, did you notice Mama Jami guy fucking running for mayor in New York used to be a Disney actor? Yeah, whatever his fucking name, Mama Majami. Fucking, he used to be a fucking Disney actor.
Yeah.
He's still a Disney actor. Let's not forget, this is just a new character.
Anytime he's playing
with a New York accent. Hey guys, I got a New York. I talk like a New Yorker. I don't talk like this anymore. I don't. My voice it go away after 9 years. All the sandwiches I make here make me talk like a New Yorker, you hear me?
It's just like Kamala when she goes down south. She's like, and you better believe I got them collard greens.
It's an act. He's literally an actor. I mean, come on, man.
Oh my god, hang on. Part 1 is essential. After that, you can jump around besides part 6. No. You don't jump around the JoJo parts. You watch them in order. Fucking idiot.
What's the chronological order?
They're all in chronological order.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah. Zio Gold says, I also like Stardust Crusaders, Diamond is Unbreakable, and Stone Ocean. Oh, I take it you don't like Golden Wind then, Zio Gold? But ironic, Zio Gold doesn't like Golden Wind. Ironic. Oh, DJ says, you act all high and mighty, but in reality...
I'm just high.
Eggshell.
Yes, I've been acting mighty this whole stream.
I'm high off of that OG Skywalker. You see that shit right there? You ain't a fan like that, motherfucker.
Yeah, DJ.
You seem a little sober for a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
my name's Luke Skywalker, and I'm super duper high on the bong bong.
Gold, there isn't a 10th part right now, but I assume there will be at one point. But yeah, Steel Ball Run to the current day are in another universe. These guys are idiots, yeah. And Edwin taking a shot at DJ. So you still want to watch despite not liking these guys? The only thing you're keeping is wanting to be part of the algorithm in the chat. Very hypocritical, yeah.
Yeah. You're contributing. Appreciated.
Hang on. John, is this a One Piece thing? The Celestial Dragons are literally theocratic fascists and enslavers. Is there a One Piece group called the Theocratic?
Yeah, so the Celestial Dragons are just like super rich people. They wear spacesuits because they don't even want to breathe the same air. They're basically like super royalty. They're like evil king people, basically.
So they're just monarchs. They're not theocratic
like,
fascists and enslavers.
There were, I believe it was 20 nations that got together and formed the world government. And it rules over the whole world, and the Celestial Dragons live on the biggest landmass at the top. They live like secluded from everybody except when they visit down there, and if you like even touch them or anything, they can shoot you and do whatever the fuck they want. They just live above the law and everything.
DJ says, what do I gain from this? You can talk it out with us, for starters.
Share your perspective and maybe change our point of views.
DJ, if you have any like point to make other than just throwing out random like unbased like insults, just like you're Nazi pedo puppy kicker baby murderer.
You have the voice to change the world, sir. Give it a chance. Stop being a bitch.
DJ says, have you any better insults than the obvious dick jokes? Because it looks like...
Yeah, I got fucking asshole jokes.
DJ, you don't have to say self-projection. That's fucking redundant. You just say it's projection.
Projection?
Yeah,
there's your lesson.
Hey, do you have any better insults other than calling us Nazi pedos? How about that?
You're being pointlessly redundant.
Yeah. Edwin says, you took the bait. Why are you here, DJ, if you don't like them and don't like how Backseat's trolling other people? Must have struck a nerve if you're here, yeah.
Oh, DJ,
it struck a nerve.
Favorite
because he's still up in them comments, fucking with one finger up his asshole and the other typing.
Yeah, no. I think this is what DJ does. He sticks one finger in his mouth, the other up his asshole, and then
types with his nose.
Nah, just for mild amusement. All right, here, DJ, we can give you even more than just mild amusement by coming on the show. Here, I'll share the link again.
Yeah, man, fuck. It'll be more amusing if you actually participated in it.
Literally, you can even shed some insight on Ant's point of view here.
Yeah, help your boy out, man. Defend your boy.
Yeah, come on, boost your boy up here. Zeo Gold says, Golden Wind is alright, the deaths are overkill in it. Fair enough. Water 7, Thriller Bark, Fishman Island, Dressrosa, and Wano are the best arcs in One Piece. John, agree?
Let's see. Water 7, absolutely. Fishman I don't like Fishman Island or Dressrosa very much. Wano, I'm 50-50 on. I would say I like Alabasta. That was the first like sort of big one with a big overarching villain. Water 7's really good, and then Marineford / Impel Down, where Luffy he gets separated from his crew. He's got to break into a big prison, gets a few former enemies together as they break out together, then they go and fight in like this huge battle with all the most powerful pirates and shit.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. Thriller Bark I like more than most people. I'm in agreement with him on that one. That's like the horror-based one where Luffy pushes a zombie back into the grave.
Yeah.
It like pops out and it's trying to act all scary, and he just calmly walks up to it, totally flat-faced, and just goes...
Yeah. Rick R says, Your Honor, hang on. DJ says, it ain't insults if it's true that you're Nazi pedos. No, we're not. That's just a lame insult you keep throwing at us. Tell you what, DJ, how about you come on the show and you can explain how we're Nazi pedos?
Hey, dude, my fucking godson is a gay Puerto Rican Jew, all right? So call me a Nazi again.
Yeah. We dare you, DJ.
Fucking, I would beat your ass for that kid.
Yeah, Ricard. Your Honor, I would like to tell the jury that DJ LOL suffers from ignoramus and Stockholm I'm an asshole who must defend and to not talk it out syndrome. That is correct. DJ says, so enjoy the show then. Yeah, DJ, keep enjoying the show.
You just establish him as a character and like, but then
Hot take, part 6 is the weakest part in JoJo. Ooh, I don't agree with that one. I think 1 and 2 are the weakest. I think the first 2 arcs are the weakest ones, and after that, not bad. It's still good. It's still, you know, listen. Weak JoJo.
Part 1 is quite basic but impactful. That mother and baby scene traumatized me. Oh, it was not that intense.
It's still better than most anime. But still, you gotta watch part 1.
Then after that, it's like, it just drops you into this world where like, oh, the fighting sequences changed completely? Like, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it because it's like, even though part 1 is my least favorite part, it's kind of like a timestamp of the era that it was made in, right? You know, it's very reminiscent of the OG 80s action movies. Everyone's like overly buff and everyone's like a Giga Chad.
I love that
slowly
shit.
we get less Giga Chad over.
Yeah.
I like it though. I like that they're all evolving.
Yeah. Again, I want to point out also with I was like the gothic vibes of part 1. I'm a sucker for horror and like old Hammer stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get to the stuff that everyone.
Why not?
Okay, let's cut ahead a little bit. I think let's get to the good stuff.
Yeah. So then, like, kind of like One Piece, as a matter of fact, I would say.
Is that how you get into anime? You just like I
get bullied into it.
You get bullied into it.
No. I don't.
Hang on, part 6 reminds me of part 3. Hang on, how the fuck does part 6 remind you of part 3? The fuck you on about? It's like, seriously, part 3 and part 6 are completely different plots. The fuck? Many filler episodes. JoJo doesn't have filler. The fuck you on about? But finales are absolute bangers, whatever.
Does it do the filler like One Piece where it's all canon chapters, but they stretch it out to 1 chapter per episode?
I mean, you could argue that the fights are stretched out, but yeah, all the fights are canon. I mean, like, I do think there are some fights that didn't need to be double parters, like the fight against Terrence Darby. That could have been 1 episode, but other than that, JoJo doesn't really have filler the same way One Piece does.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, it doesn't have like technical filler episodes like Naruto, but I wish that it did, because it's a lot better to have the canon episodes be well paced and have them cover 2 to 3 chapters of manga per episode.
Yeah, the JoJo episodes typically do cover like 2 to 3 chapters.
And I figured it did because it's like seasonal or whatever. It's not like a constant ongoing thing, right?
Yeah, especially since like the anime started long after the actual manga started, so they have plenty of material to work with where they really don't need to make filler. They're not gonna overtake the manga. Yeah.
And One Piece, the reason that they just got some great news. They were like, we're gonna take a big break and we'll do 26 episodes per year from now on. And because it's getting close to the finale, and I was like, oh, thank God. And I'm like celebrating it and like reposting it and everything. And then you get these fucking retards in the comments. They're like, now we only get 26 episodes instead of 52 a year. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be 10 times better because they're not going to have 20-second stare downs. And then they're not going to go to each separate character for a reaction shot of each one of them going,
I don't know, John. I do wish that the JoJo had longer seasons, if only because in Stone Ocean they did that stupid ass batch shit where they released 12 at a time and then released the next 12 like a number of months later and absolutely killed the hype for Stone Ocean.
Well, you can like take a break and then just release it in a steady like 1 per week or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should have finished Stone Ocean all at once and then released it weekly. That's what they should have done.
No, that's how they stretch it out to 1 chapter per episode though in One Piece. They make these super long stare downs, recycle the animation. Like they'll have Luffy, they even make fun of it on the Crunchyroll YouTube channel sometimes. They'll be like the 1 episode, it ends with a recycled animation of Luffy punching the main villain for like literally 2 solid minutes, and then everybody just reacting to him punching them, and then it's like Luffy keeps punching Kaido, and then it started the next episode with him doing the same fucking thing for another like 2 or 3 minutes, and they're like 1 week later Luffy is still punching Kaido. The fucking Crunchyroll channel labeled it.
Yeah, JoJo don't do that. Anyways, Zio Gold says, fun fact, Tony Chopper is popular with women over 40. What the fuck?
Oh, because he's fucking furry. He's making a joke, I think.
People that use the term Nazi have lower IQ than their body temperature. Be more specific or original on the call out. Yeah,
for real.
I think you mean in that episode in part 6 where Jolene fought a gambler like her dad in part 3. Oh, you mean the fight against Marilyn Manson? No, that wasn't filler. What the hell are they talking about? Yeah, there's a stand named Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
you have to watch this. Like, but it just, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because JoJo fans have like the reputation of being the annoying fan base.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
never being able to shut up about the show.
Yeah.
Which is totally true, by the way.
That's just the brain rot at work.
I haven't really heard that about JoJo fans. Maybe I just don't run in those circles.
The cows. Why are we watching these nerds?
Why do all
Cow
these
is
dudes
correct.
have fucking feminine facial hair?
I don't know.
That's like every. I feel like there's every anime fan base.
One Piece love to pretend they're not like that, but One Piece fans.
Oh
are like,
my
are
god,
like
One Piece
the
is
worst.
way worse. I promise you, like, as someone who watched JoJo and is currently watching One Piece, One Piece was way worse with respect to like how much they were like, bro, you have to watch One Piece, and it's it's like a biblical text, like it's too many episodes, so you're like, I don't have that kind of time.
Like, I wish I'm on the New Testament.
Okay, now they start talking about One Piece, and this is where things. Now, I want to point out right now, this was Trash Taste's most controversial episode for hosting Hassan Piker. For the most part, Hassan was Trash Taste's. I don't know their political perspectives, any of them. I kind of assume they're more.
I mean, they probably have the same as Hassan, considering they invited him on.
Look at the way the one guy's looking at the other guy. It's like, I can't wait until you fucking bend me over later.
Yeah.
Centrist, but their audience had enough people who hated Hassan that they actually bullied Trash Taste into basically
They
uninviting
didn't bully them.
Hassan.
They pointed out that they had a fucking trash guest on.
Why are you bullying me?
Like, if they had fucking Trump on and everybody said how horrible it was, would you call that bullying, Ant, or is it just because he's a leftist that they don't like?
On from any further appearances, and a lot of that has to do with what Hassan was about to say in this instance. And it's the point of, and the reason I'm showing this clip at all is because it sparked the conversation, because the clip resurged recently and started a lot of conversation. So, let's take a listen.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have that kind of time commitment. Like, I can't do this. And then you get into it and you're like, oh my god, it's so.
Fred Skull super chatted $1.99.
Oh,
the long walk
why?
is living rent free in my head.
The Stephen King story,
You
the
have
Richard
it
Bachman
play
story, as it
audio
should.
for a $2? Just read
Man,
it.
like, I can't do this.
What
And
is
then
it?
you
What
get
that
into it and
audio
you're like, oh my
say?
god, it's so.
Fred Skull super chatted $1.99. The long walk is living rent free in my head.
The Stephen King story, the Richard Bachman story, as it should. As it should. Fantastic.
Yes, we did it, One Piece fans. It's the OG cult in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like the most popular cult.
I have people now in my fan base that just like don't know me for politics, but just like listen to me talk about One Piece. Because like I have thousands of fan channels on YouTube, right? Like I don't have any IP or anything, so I'm like, whatever, let it ride. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's this one fan channel that made an edit. Arc that I like summarize basically as I'm watching it, and like there is a fan base for that.
Oh yeah. One Piece. And,
Which is a very political anime, Connor.
That's okay. Well,
Here we go, John. Here we go.
It's a very political.
what? You told me One Piece is very political.
Yes.
What aspect?
Oh my god, yes, I love this. Okay.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, Edwin. Yeah, fucking Hassan has that face you really want to plunge. Yeah. Ant 2, yeah. Zio says, I don't get why people say that so many women in One Piece look like Nami. I don't know.
They'll have like similar facial, like the eyes are the same shape in the same way that like a lot of like Family Guy or Simpsons characters have like similar shaped eyes, but like their hair and like basically what they don't like is that a lot of the more heroic women have very hourglass figures. And Oda has even joked about this. He's like, this is how you... They're like, how do you begin drawing your character models? And he's like, well, I basically draw an X and then 2 big boobs. And then he like responded, because that is like actually how he starts every women body type. And then he made some joke about it, and they all were calling him sexist because he's like, and you will get many angry letters from your female readers if you say this.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give a fuck though. I make the most popular fucking comic ever, so who cares?
This is gonna piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though like I'm okay, first of all, every single arc, well, other than like the
Here we go. Super chat coming in. Now, you probably can see where this is going.
Seaweed Fanatic super chatted $4.99. Just got back from work. What's the worst take so far, lol?
No takes yet. We're getting into the beginning of this conversation, because this clip sparked the conversation that we're going to have today. So I want to play at least a little bit of it. Again, as we will... Okay, listen. Anyone who has seen One Piece with even a modicum of basic understanding of how government...
Oh, hang on, this guy, Shane Smith. I just grabbed my Mellow Yellow and took a drink. Turns out it was a bottle of piss I left out 6 months ago. It has greenish blue mold on the top, and I'm gonna lie, it wasn't the worst. What the fuck?
He said it wasn't the worst?
That's an Ant fan for you. That's an Ant fan for you.
There you go. Ant fans. Holy shit.
What?
Backseater calls them dick lickers, but this guy literally enjoyed piss, so...
What the fuck? What? Okay, moving on.
Screenshot it.
Oh my god. Alright, I'll screenshot
Yeah,
it.
that's a screenshot. If you don't, I'm screenshotting that regardless.
No, One Piece is very political.
One Piece is very political. John, anything to say to that?
I mean, I already addressed this because I knew the fucking clip that he was pulling up about, like, it has very altruistic themes about, like, tyranny bad, don't fucking enslave people, but it's not like anything that could be a modern allegory.
Yeah. Hang on. Ant, one of your viewers said this bullshit. There we go. Let's see how he responds.
He'll be like, don't abuse my fans, please.
Agree with all of Hassan's takes. He's about to say no. But again, we'll get to it.
The first couple of arcs, every single arc quite literally details like leftist politics, which I think Oda is. Oda is 100%. Oda is 100% a leftist, first of all. He has a Che Guevara photo in his studio, 100%.
You had to zoom in on that from like 100 fucking feet away.
What's the context of this anyway, John?
He never even shows his face or anything. I don't know. It's like hidden, and I'm surprised anybody even fucking spotted that. Look at what it's zoomed in from.
Yeah. Zio says Nico, Robin, Perona, Mrs. Doublefinger, Sadie Chan, Kiwi, and Mozu. Look those One Piece characters up. You'll thank me later. I already know who they are, Zio. While Anthony's taking a long time on his reaction and making his pointless video, the wife is cheating on him with the neighborhood. Yeah, pretty much.
I like how it's not even the neighbor anymore now. It's the whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood, the whole fucking world.
She
even
lives
me.
in a circular neighborhood like me. She's just working her way around the clock.
Yeah.
Look it up. Established fact. I have
a little
assets.
more bow-legged between each house.
Yeah.
Doing a spiral across the planet.
Okay, what else? Okay.
This OP take feels less controversial than defending SpongeBob seasons past 3. Oh, what the fuck ever.
Okay, so that's number one. Number two, which arc are you on? I don't want to like spoil anything.
Yeah, Cow. I'm totally sure this happens. My dad and my brother are One Piece fans. They don't stop discussing the politics of it. Dad saying it agrees with him, and my brother saying it agrees with him. Yeah, that seems likely.
That's the thing. Totally. People who think it's political, they're just going to assign all the evil characters as the current politician that they don't like, and they'll think all the good characters are the people that they like. Like, if you're saying, like, oh, it's because the main enemy in it is the world government. So a lot of Republicans say that they're anti-big government, so you could easily take it as, oh, you know, I'm against this. Yeah. And it also has a lot of very, like, traditionally masculine characters. Nami is part of the cowardly trio, and she waters her fucking garden, and she doesn't want to get in fights, you know, and she kind of, like, hides behind the men a lot of times. And then, you know, the men go off and are super, like, macho dudes, and they're just like, I want to fight, and I eat lots of meat and shit. It's just like if you actually like break down how the characters act, I would say that they act more fucking based and less like there's not gonna be any hero characters like Ant. Like literally one of the characters who ends up being cool starts off like Ant fucking Kobe in the Marines, and Luffy basically tells him to stop being a pussy and fucking fight for what he likes.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right, I'll be tough. And then he comes back and he like fucking works out throughout the series and gets more powerful.
James, oh god, this guy, I shit in a bag and use it as a pillow sometimes. What the fuck?
I think somebody might just be fucking with him. That's funny then.
Zio Gold says, I can be Trafalgar Law for Halloween this year. I already have a Halloween costume in mind, Zio. I already have one.
You can't tell somebody their Halloween costume on October 30th.
Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark. Yeah.
Okay, so Thriller Bark kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. That's like, the ending is great, but like everything else is kind of mid. But it's fine, because what comes after is... So
Who says this?
Okay.
He's right. He's right, though.
It's so good. It's so fun.
That is an annoying thing that One Piece fans did what he just did. It's always, you know, anytime you talk about something that I knew this because I purposely spaced it out because I wanted to kind of feel the journey, you know? I wasn't like, I don't want to blaze through this in 3 months and just be done with it. Like, I did it over like a year and a half probably because I was like, you know what, I don't want to burn out. I'm just going to take it at my pace that I want to. So, you know... But any time that I talked about it in that time, I'd be like, oh, this amazing moment just happened. So it'd be like, oh, dude, just wait. I'm like, first of all, don't be so fucking vague. Like, and also, like, stop. Like, can we just talk about what I have seen? If you're just going to keep saying just wait, that's not really a good conversation.
Yeah.
So but that means you watch Alabaster, right?
Yeah.
Which is definitely political, but like not as aggressively, but it's about like resource deprivation, things like that. But then Sky
Is it really?
No, the bad guy fucking sets up the king. He he uses this chemical to make it like not rain in the country for a fucking year so that he can cause an uprising and take over in place of the king. And then he has this one person who can impersonate people, pretend to be the king, and do horrible things. Like, it's just about a fucking evil, slimy crime lord trying to take over a country. He uses resource deprivation, but I don't see how that's fucking liberal or Republican.
Which again, maybe a little bit too long as an arc, is quite literally about like, you know, indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently trying to you know.
Literally, there's a giant, it's called a knock-up stream. Because most of the world in One Piece is islands, and it's like mostly water. There's like one big landmass where all the bad guys live, basically. And then so there's this whole tribe, and they get shot into the sky because there's sky islands that are like based in the clouds, they figure out. And this thing rockets an entire island up there of land. And so then the sky people are like, holy shit, this is super valuable. We don't have any actual land up here. So they all attack as soon as those people get there. So it's not so much getting your land taken over. It's your land literally got launched to a different space. And now you're like fighting for it. It's not like it's made about fucking Native Americans and shit. And like, they aren't even the main conflict. Like, the main conflict is that there's this like thunder god guy who's trying to rule over the entire sky. He's not like, oh geez, give me your land, natives. He's just like, I just want to, you know, conquer all this shit so I can make an evil weather thing that can make me strike anybody down.
Yeah.
Find autonomy and emancipation through, you know, through violent means directly against like an enemy that is much more powerful than them. That is like, you know, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
Land back movement? What the fuck?
Is he saying about like Native Americans being all like, hey, give us our land back, you fucking colonizers? Is that what he's getting at?
Yeah.
I've never heard of the term land back
It's just more white man is the colonizer propaganda.
I have no idea. What the fuck is a land back movement anyway?
Everybody's been conquering each other throughout history. I wonder if Hassan is okay with all the Muslims giving back all their land that they conquered whenever they were a fucking caliphate.
I fucking called it! I was right! That is what a land back movement is!
Well, this is
hey, my question is, since my Sicilian people were enslaved by the Africans for 300 years, where the fuck is my fucking 40 acres and a ravioli?
Just one ravioli.
Yeah, that's all I need.
I want a lifetime supply of that black pasta that they make in Venice, where it's like squid ink and shit in it.
Yeah, I'll have what New York, Florida man is having, but make mine tortellini instead of ravioli. Briscoe, what do you want as part of your reparations?
Shit. Everything.
You want shit? That's weird.
Everything, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
How about no pussies? Like, as in people that are pussies.
I was gonna say, I want pussy. Wait.
Zeo Gold says Hassan Piker and these clowns are celestial dragons. Change my mind.
Hassan is absolutely a celestial dragon. He's in the 1%, or at least he would be the dude, like, because there's a lot of people that are trying to get into the world government. They politic for it. He would 100% be one of those fucking grifters, like, oh, please take me in, celestial dragons. Make me part of your cool guys club.
He's a communist with a Gucci bag.
They changed the Canadian national anthem. With native shit.
Christ.
It's a different.
I know. I was trying to describe this to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It's about,
like, man, that's so funny, Gunman.
Yeah. No, One Piece is about having fun with your friends and being free.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist.
Is he really?
I mean, he goes against some he reestablishes other governments, so kind of like half and half depending on their morality. Like, he goes to Dressrosa, it's been deposed by some radical revolutionary, and he reinstills the monarch in it.
Oh, Christ. Oh. All right. Anyway, moving on.
He is. I mean, he literally is. I mean, he's fighting.
I hate that. You're kind of right.
Yes,
I fucking hate that. You're kind of right.
Yeah, he is a freedom fighter in.
No, don't fucking glaze this point, man. Anyway, let's see what. Hang on. What the hell is going on in the chat here? Hey, did you see Mother Basement's video about One Piece being political? Oh god, it's probably trash like this.
They're just gonna
also,
take, like,
completely... Welcome to Derry is out. And my question is it gonna end up just being a strictly like, you know, race baiting show? Because from what I see is that they're using the fire from the black kid's family who died in the It movies as a driving point for the racists who burnt down the house. And that's kind of where the show is leading to, like, is the uncle who is showing him how to kill the sheep. He's the pilot in that show. So it's actually a prequel to the It movies that came out of, you know, whatever, 2017 or whatever.
I haven't seen that show. That's
so they're pushing it all into that. Remember when the kid, you know, you saw the movies, right? Okay, so the kid whose family burnt in that fire, the black kid. So they're saying, okay, the whole show is basically now going to be about the racist white people who burnt down that house, and the whole series is going to be about that one particular backstory from the movies.
This is like whenever people say, like, oh, it's so, like, it's so political with It because they had, like, a gay couple get killed, and that's like one scene in a fucking 48-hour audiobook.
Yeah.
And they're just like, this one thing happened, therefore the whole thing can be about the gays now. It's like, no, it's completely fucking different.
Zio Gold says New York Florida man would like Monkey D. Garp. I don't know who that is.
Garp
Who's
is
that?
Luffy's
John?
grandpa. He's an admiral in the Navy, but he fucking hates the Celestial Dragons who order the Navy, and so he just ignores their orders most of the time. And he beats the shit out of his kids and his grandkids. That's basically how Luffy got tough, is basically Garp would just like beat the shit out of him and his brothers all the time.
I like him already.
And then he would do it because they would be like, we want to be pirates when we grow up. And he's like, you're going to be fucking lawless hooligans. And he'd like smash them into a fucking mountain.
Yeah. Rick says Luffy's a terrorist. He's a pirate, duh! Yeah, pretty much.
He's a terrorist in the sense of like, but he's like a terrorist in like there's a lawless world. There's a lot of just like disparate islands that are unaffiliated, or there's the evil world government. Like,
yeah, it's basically the Wild West kinda.
Yeah, like literally the whole point of the adventure, and they construct all this in the world, is there's a lot of uncharted territory, and you like sail to an island based on like what your weather pattern is basically dictating that you go to, and you don't know what the fuck is there, and nobody does, and you like learn about it once you get there, and there's normally like pretty independent politically and all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ain't, he acts like, I don't even know, he just thinks like all terrorists are good. I don't know.
Your terrorists are our freedom fighters, probably. And Zio saying, hold up, didn't the woke mob call Pennywise part of the LGBTQ community? Oh, yes, they did,
well,
Zio.
He's a
yes,
popular character, so of course they did. This isn't
they all
dictated by
fucking wear a
anything.
bunch of makeup and look like clowns anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't dictated by what's actually in the story. They just see what's popular and want to claim it as their own. That's what happened with One Piece.
Yeah.
You get the fucking tourist fans.
Yeah, it's even worse when the official creator gets in on it. Like going back to JoJo for a minute. So Araki confirmed, well, I say confirmed because he really didn't, but that Dio, who, you know, is like the main antagonist of 1 and 3, as well as like pretty much the overarching villain of the entire series, really. Like, he pretty much said that, oh yeah, Dio is bisexual, when he really isn't. There's really nothing in the story that hints at him having an attraction to guys, really. Like, he never has any fucking moments where he like outright like says I love you to a guy or some shit. And the parts where they do point to is subtextual and frankly not apparent at all.
Probably just a gay stereotype that they have.
I don't know.
So, like,
man.
he does this thing. All gay guys do that.
Yeah, Dio loves Jonathan so much he's trying to kill him. Yeah, totally.
You know, it's funny to prove their point and make it seem like we're the ones who stereotype gay people. They stereotype gay people to be like, oh, you can tell that character is totally queer.
Yeah, you can tell Dio's gay because he wears like form-fitting pants. Like everyone in JoJo wears form-fitting pants.
Just like One Piece and JoJo's, I'm sure, like, they make up all this bullshit, and then they act like it's just 100% true, like any of their little fan theories and everything.
Yeah.
And then they're like, imagine being a JoJo fan and being homophobic.
Yeah, the woke mob called Araki racist because of how many of the villains in JoJo are dark-skinned. Yeah, they're morons.
Yeah.
The most like honorable sense of the word.
Yeah.
He is quite literally fighting against an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage, the world government and the Navy. He's literally killing cops. Like he's killing sea cops. And motherfuckers are like, no, that's not politics. What do you mean? That's just like gunman.
He also works with the cops, even though I wouldn't call the world government that, or the Marines. But he also works with them. There's good people in there, and actually most of the Marines are good. There's like a few corrupt leaders, but he fights with them on many occasions whenever there's like an evil pirate. So what do you call that? He's against that would be like the Houthis teaming up with the Israelis to kill Hamas. Mm-hmm. And then like they go back to having an unsteady ceasefire with them or something.
Yeah.
Having fun.
I mean, the thing is, like, I remember you saying this yesterday when we were having dinner, and I was just like, I think with One Piece, just because of the art style and just the way things are, haha, funny rubber man. Of course, you know, you can take it at that level, and it's still very, very interesting stories. But if you break down some of the stuff that happens, half of it is Luffy going up against a corrupt government or corrupt. Like, I mean, like,
bro, you need to start an anime analysis.
Yeah, I would.
What, John?
Often to reinstate a monarchy. Literal multiple arcs where he's just reinstating the existing government. Oh, what's this dude saying? It's weird how low-key uncomfortable the trash taste cast get when Hassan brings up One Piece being left-leaning. Gives weird signals to me, not gonna lie. Nico Robin's entire backstory was about criticizing the censorship and erasure of history. Well, yeah, as the world government literally genocided Robin's home island for daring to research the Void Century. What the fuck does that have to do with politics?
I don't know.
It's an entirely made-up scenario.
I don't know, man.
Legitimately wants like a 15-minute breakdown.
Luffy is a leftist.
Yeah. No, but it's
Luffy
like
would play Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. It's I'm not even. Well, there's trans representation in that too, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
Yeah.
But as far as like
don't get into it because they fucking make fun of them so much. Yeah.
It goes. I mean, here there's I think like
Ant's
Dragon's
face is really fucking stupid looking.
Yeah.
Why is he looking up on his phone if he's so fucking knowledgeable about the series?
I don't know.
You notice I haven't looked shit up this entire time, and he's out there like, oh, I'm a big One Piece fan. I just read this. Let me just tell you the political themes. I'll Google One Piece political left-wing themes.
Well, Diego says woke mob is calling Yamato from the Wano arc a trans man, even though Oda says otherwise. Yeah.
Yep, that's the most famous one. Where then Oda put her in an all women's color spread, his official artwork in the book, and he called her daughter and everything. And his like, he does like a Q&A and all this stuff, and he does like little models for all the characters, like mapping things out because the stories get complicated. And he's put, you know, she, her, you know, he uses all the fucking female pronouns whenever he's describing her in those, and he says daughter of Kaido all the time. And yeah, and there was multiple messages about like, we need to kill Oda. Why is Oda so transphobic? Whenever he put her in that woman's color spread, because they had all fucking fan theory that she was trans.
I mean, I don't want to like spoil anything, but Oda talked about how Dragon's design was inspired in part by revolutionaries like Fidel Castro. He has a Che Guevara photo in his office. I don't know this part.
What?
A character design that makes him like. Just because I base someone's look off someone does not mean that I like support everything that they did.
Yeah.
Akira Toriyama had Hitler in his series multiple times, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Let's not forget a Nazi got us to the moon. Working for Disney at the time.
Yeah, I'm not at that part yet, so I can't speak on this. But I think Dragon's ship is literally the same name as Fidel Castro's ship.
Okay, but here's the thing. I think some.
So Hassan, hang on, Randall says, so Hassan is engaging with One Piece deeply and honestly. Oh, the horror. He really isn't.
Yeah. He's engaging with it how he's going to see it.
So, here you go. 1 second. All right,
Jeffrey Hyatt super chatted $2. Their Nukikashi review missed its political theme.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, again, what Hassan is doing is providing a basic political analysis of One Piece. Specifically,
basic.
Very slanted and random ass one. He said, he has this poster in his office that has nothing to do with the story.
Mhm.
He had, this guy looks like somebody else, or we think his model is based off of that. And then he had, oh, the names of their ships are the same. Wow, really deep.
Mm-hmm.
Call this in university and in academic studies, they would call this like a Marxist read of a text, and it's a basic undergrad read of One Piece. It's nothing super complicated here. This is basic stuff. It's like saying, yeah, Luffy and crew fight oppressive regimes. Now, I'm going to show you a video next, this bits of it, that goes even deeper than Hassan does here, just by virtue of having a more well thought out, less off the cuff, more refined argument. But yeah,
you
so
like it when it goes deeper.
While Trash Taste, I think, is goofing around about this, they're also, revealing they didn't really think that deeply about it. I think Gart is the one that kind of is the most receptive to the whole
Okay, and so they didn't look into it all that deep. Why is that an issue?
This isn't even looking into it deep. They're just like, they're not severely slanting it towards their political bias.
Mm-hmm. Zeo Gold says Dr. Vegapunk is based off of Einstein. Does that mean Oda knows everything about the scientist or agrees with everything he believes? I mean, these idiots would say yes, because I'm pretty sure Einstein was a pretty big leftist in his day. But anyway, Rick R says Yamato is basically cosplaying as a guy, lol. Yeah, it's called the Sweet Polly Oliver trope, yeah.
Yamato idolizes Odin, who's like an ancient samurai. She was locked in a dungeon and she only had Odin's journal. And so she wants to be like Odin, to the point where she sees Odin's son and she says, "My son," and fucking tries to grab him and put him in her tits.
Nice.
And he runs away, fucking horrified, because she's like a 9-foot-tall Oni woman. Like, she's got little devil horns and shit.
Oh, okay.
And like, at the end of the fucking arc that she's in, she goes, they're like, "Oh, I'll be just like Odin someday," his son is saying, and she's like, "Are you talking about me?" And they're like, "No, it's clearly a fucking gag." And they always use this bath scene where they go like, "Oh, there's men and women's baths," and she goes to the men's one, which is clearly a fucking joke, because she jumps in and all the male characters go, "Holy shit," get like fucking nosebleeds and start perving out because they're seeing tits and everything. And it's like a fucking joke, and they're just like, "Ah, Oda said trans." It's like, no, he didn't. You guys don't know how to fucking have fun with anything.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on.
Discussion, but yeah, no, this is absolutely a basic read of One Piece, and nothing Hassan is saying is something that other people haven't also said previously.
So other people have been wrong.
As per usual.
Yeah. So because a bunch of other people have also said it, then that means Hassan must be right.
Hassan is probably parroting their points because he reacted to, aka he played the video and walked away and let his chair watch it for a few minutes. And then probably fucking was eating the entire time while he's watching it, saying nothing or going, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm."
Yes, indeed.
Discussion about media, it's not so much if you're saying something for the first time, it's if you're saying it at a large enough platform to enough people.
Mr. Super chatted $2. Do you think Hassan knows who Nobuhiro Watsuki is?
Oh, I don't actually know. I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. If Hassan had to be convinced later on in life to read One Piece, I don't know if he's read Kenshin. I don't know if he grew up with Kenshin like a lot of folks did, who are big anime fans in the 2000s.
Those two things have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
One Piece, the reason people don't get into it, the reason why I didn't get into it until like 2017, 2018 probably, is because it's so long. Like, people don't want to watch or read all that, which I would recommend reading it because the anime is pretty trash pace. Or whenever Netflix has their anime come out, and it's going to be better paced, most likely. Depending on how good a job they do with the dub and shit.
But yeah, people got angry at Hassan for this basic read. Now, here's a question. Hassan goes on to argue that that Luffy is kind of a communist. I don't know if I agree with that read. That's why I think it goes a little too far.
Stinger token is super.
So Hassan saying Luffy's a communist is a step too far for Ant. Okay, then.
Big Ant.
Yeah, Jacob. Ant's watching Twitch. What a joke, indeed.
Added $10. You know it's bad when an obvious read of a story that a streaming service couldn't even mess up is somehow a continuous statement instead of an accurate but basic read.
Yeah, exactly. It's a basic
service couldn't even mess it. Well, they did mess it up. I'm sorry, but that show is vastly overrated. I know I'm disagreeing with some people on our side. Like, I'm glad that they did some moments that would be considered like politically incorrect, like Nami crying and asking for help, but they still made Nami like way out of character, where she's like fighting in melee battles aside from Zoro, which like makes no fucking sense because she's not super strong or anything. And they fucking like they desexualize everything to like Sanji is a super perverted like flirty guy, and in the show he's just like he barely even talks to women. It's very strange.
Yeah.
And then a lot of it's just like it's super cartoony combat and everything, and they way tone it down to just like make it more like realistic because they didn't want to pay for all the CGI.
Yeah. Jacob says, is Ant trying to back up Hassan's One Piece take? Yeah, but apparently Luffy being a communist is a step too far for Ant. Zio Gold says, bullshit. The only thing commie about Luffy is that he leaves everyone hungry.
He eats all the shit because he's the strongest. He even says at one point, he's like, I don't want to be a hero. I just want to have fun adventures, and I just want to, eat really good meals and have parties and shit.
Yeah.
Basic.
Blue Baron super chatted $2. Congrats again, and hope Op inspires generations.
Hope One Piece inspires generations. Well, we're gonna get to that later because the One Piece, the Straw Hat Pirate flag has become kind of a symbol of revolution throughout the world, and we'll get to that in a bit. But I would say Luffy's more of an anarchist.
Some socialist countries like Nepal.
Yeah. This guy says, to be honest, One Piece is political. It doesn't seem even halfway as controversial as someone defending seasons 4 onwards of SpongeBob, like Luke Vaughn has throughout his SBSP Mara. Why the fuck do they keep bringing up SpongeBob in relation to
it's just
this?
the same guy repeating his point, hoping to catch Ant's attention.
Oh, God.
This kind of shit, it's funny because his chat goes a million times faster because he's got such a big audience, but like Asmongold, he always manages to catch these people. He'll call them whenever they say something for like the third time, he'll be like, if you're gonna say that again, you're getting fucking banned. If you don't think that I've watched every message for the last 2 months and I've seen you repeating shit, I'm like, how the fuck does he do that? I could like
because
he's
so
about
fucking
shit, watching videos and reading all these fucking
He's
comments.
on meth.
It's called amphetamines.
He's so fucking wired all the time. I could not read his I can't read his comments, and that's literally all I have to do. Like I just have to listen to him, and he's watching something while reading, while listening. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But like, kind of just like a freedom for everyone, kind of not really heavy in the specifics of politics, but more the simplicity of it. I think what makes Luffy so refreshing is that he's not a specifically politically aligned person. He just wants to help his friends, and he sees anyone
Holy shit,
who
I
is
actually agree with Ant on something.
Nakama! Yeah.
A companion or kind to him as a potential friend. And he sees the suffering of innocence and has a very simple cookie-cutter solution. And
he punches the bad guys,
He gets right to the point. He sees a group of people or systems causing pain. He fights that. He punches that pain with his rubber fist. That's the gist of it. He doesn't really need to worry about the specific intellectual discussions and political committees. It's just basic. Hey, this guy's hurting people. Let's stop him. That's One Piece in a nutshell. And it just so happens that Luffy exists in a.
Oh, hey, look, an actually base guy, anti-bad government, since he still respects good kings. There you go.
Yes.
Complicated world. And he has a simple solution to complicated problems.
Is this punk?
That prioritizes the good of the innocent person, and one that does not place Luffy as someone who wants to gain anything from anything. He's not trying to get power or authority. What's one more to clip? Then we'll move on to the next video.
Especially when you see this a lot in Japanese manga. Sometimes authors will put shit in there just because it looks cool.
Oh yeah,
right. Sometimes it's like the curtain is blue kind of like argument. Sometimes you look at something and it's a reference to some Western media or Western history, and a lot of the times it's just Japanese people find Western things that find Western things cool.
It's too many. It's too many coincidences. Listen.
It's too many coincidences.
I've seen all the things. He's Charlie and Always Sunny with the fucking board and the string.
And it's like that Norm Macdonald Fantastic Four fucking clip. It's like, it's a coincidence you created. Yeah.
Just look at where the guy got his hand on his face. Oh my.
Oh my, yeah.
Emmeline's in there like, hi Hassan.
People who abuse the word woke sure love ignoring what kinds of regimes the rebels in stories like Star Wars and One Piece are fighting. Oh,
are you guys gonna call them all fascist? Because guess what? The right's anti-fascist too. We just call different people fascist.
Revolution in Cuba was conducted with a yacht that was used to transport 82 fighters of the Cuban Revolution from Mexico to Cuba. Okay. The yacht's name is Granma, without a D, Granma, which is the exact same name as a Dragon's ship.
Okay.
Like that's come on, that's not like that. He didn't just see that and was like, because like you have to be like really invested. You have to be
I thought it was a cool name.
Yeah, also, who the fuck is giving Ant 10 whole dollars of their hard-earned money? Holy shit.
Super chat added $10. Luffy himself being uninterested in politics makes the overall politics of One Piece stronger. He's very selfishly selfless, and that's how he saved multiple nations.
100%. And he has helped leaders out as well. It's just he sees people who bully others as a problem. Now, this is why I think Hassan loses me.
Well, you bully me.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that Oda just knew and incorporated into the work.
Hang on, no, not the blue curtain argument from Joey. What, are they talking about me? When the hell have I ever brought up the blue curtain argument? What the fuck? Zio says, I'm surprised that Ant and Hassan haven't called Nami a capitalist. Yeah.
Yeah, Nami's obsessed with money and constantly dresses revealingly using her feminine wiles. Not very...
Here comes the money! Here comes the money!
I draw the line with Hassan's read is that I don't necessarily think that Luffy embodies any particular political ideology.
Hang on, bro, who put Shay in their anime because he looks cool? This dude's reaching. I mean, Che Guevara, he does have a really cool poster. I disagree with everything Shay says, but I can admit that, yeah, that's a cool poster right there.
He puts a lot of fucking references. He makes a lot of, like, the admirals look like, from the Navy, look like, fucking old Japanese actors. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, he didn't read their politics. He just said this guy has a cool face.
Yeah.
Beyond freedom.
It's a fun reference.
For all. I think that's where it gets a little... I disagree a little bit on Hassan's read. He's very much from a Marxist read of the text. That's what he's doing. But,
so you admit he's viewing shit with a lens that isn't fucking good to analyze media with then, huh, Ant?
I think Oda is aware. I don't think it's just a matter of him seeing cool stuff and putting it in. But I don't think it's also reflected.
It really kind
Blue Baron in his chat has actually a good point. He's like, Skypiea was random angels. That's the correct read.
Yeah.
That's the one Hassan was saying was land reclaimment or whatever.
Of the core politics he's trying to communicate in his text. Oda's very aware that revolution can sometimes bring about worse governments that are more oppressive and dangerous. And again, we'll get to the Mother's Basement video soon too. I'm going to stick around with that as well. But basic stuff here. Anyway.
For communism to like put that in there.
I think he's just a weeb for history. Honestly, like with the amount of lore that One Piece has, like One Piece has some of the most intricate world building in my opinion, any piece of media.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's obviously one of the most intricate worlds in anime and manga, but I think it's up there with like some of the best worlds that have been in any like book, movie, or TV series. Right? And you can't do that without doing
it's had one author who's actually like planned it out in advance. It's not like, oh, it ended and now we're gonna bring in our next writer who's gonna do his run. Like Western comics, and we're just gonna like extend it artificially.
Yeah. Zio says they ignore the fact that Shay was anti-LGBTQ. Yeah, pretty much. Rick R says, I would rather read the terrible My Hero Academia finale of the manga than see Ant defend Hassan. Do it, Rick R.
Of history on just the history of the world. Being inspired by a lot of events that might have taken place in real world history.
I'm just saying, it points too many fingers in one direction. Here's a photo from Oda's office space where he has like his airsoft guns, and then there's a photo of Che Guevara in there. I'm just saying.
Dude, he's got prepared.
I have receipts. There you go.
I mean, airsofts pretty popular in Japan.
Yeah.
Are you still giving Oda the benefit of the doubt?
Kai Lover 699 super chatted $2. Luffy Solutions begins and ends with Gum Gum.
Exactly correct. Luffy, I think Superman does this too. One of the reasons why Luffy and Superman is so compelling is that they offer a simple solution to a complex problem.
No, people like Superman because they like the fucking fights he gets into, you dumb shit.
Superman thinks about shit way more than Luffy does, too. Those are very dissimilar characters.
Yeah.
Superman's always thinking about, like, implications and should I use my power
I'll be right
more?
back. I just gotta go outside.
All right, see you, Briscoe.
Superman's considering every consequence at the same time, basically. He doesn't have a human brain. He has a Kryptonian brain.
Yeah, and even then, I always hate this bullshit where they're like, oh, they always provide, like, people like them because of, like, the fucking solutions they bring. Like, no, they like them because of the damn fights, you fucking idiot. That's why Superman was so big in the Silver Age, because they like the fucking conflicts he get into.
Brolic, big shoulder Superman is way better than fucking skinny fucking emo Batman. It's just like there's something more to like. Yeah, this guy's gonna put a fucking beat down on somebody.
Batman is pretty well built, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like,
people who, like seriously, Ant. When you talk about like the best Superman fucking stories, they're always talking about the ones where he gets into these big climactic fights with a villain, not the shit where he's commenting on crap.
My favorite with fucking modern Superman fans is they're always like, this is the character, and they always bring up literally one panel. I even called it out on Reddit one time, and I just got a million responses of, well, it is a good panel, though. I'm like, yeah, my point is that if this were really all the character was about, you'd have more than one example, and I've only ever seen one where he goes to some chick who's, like, trying to commit suicide. He's like, oh, your therapist was just late. They weren't ignoring you, and he fucking hugs her and tells her she's important. And they're like, this is the whole character, and I'm like, then why the fuck, in 1,000 issues of comics, a lot more than that actually, why do you only have one fucking story? That makes no sense. It would be consistent. It would be the character. And then somebody was like, here's the panel in case anybody was wondering that he's referencing. I'm like, fucking hell, I just said everybody posts it all the time.
Yeah. Hassan's One Piece takes are almost as bad as Jello Apocalypse's One Piece takes, yeah.
God.
Superman doesn't solve shit with fist half the time. Yeah, pretty much.
Exists in a world with a lot of elements and kind of have.
Yeah, a lot of times he'll get his ass kicked, and then he'll gradually escalate his powers because he doesn't want to like just turn everybody into jelly right away.
Yeah.
So it'll seem like he's losing, but he's really just kind of gauging how much power he has to use to fucking put this dude down.
So again, I think Garnt engaged with the idea the most and engaged with the topic the most. I think the other two don't really as much. And I think Joey just sits there and does nothing, which is kind of...
Oh, this dude's name is Joey. Okay, whatever.
Actually, I follow through with a lot of what Joey does in most of these discussions, in my opinion. But
a bunch of nervous laughter and Hassan saying retarded things. That's all that clip was. It was just like, well, we're not going to offend you because you're our guest, so we'll play along.
So, this sparked a conversation because the clips went viral again. Here we go.
They didn't go viral, and you saw them on the For You tab because you like to see this shit. Like, stop.
This short's from
So Joey the Anime Man is getting cooked on the timeline because people are calling him out for not thinking that One Piece is political. That's right. Unemployment activities are reaching record highs.
Annoying form of video. Holy shit. Oh my god, I hate this shit. This ADD.
Job application devil that much stronger. Now, this all started when Twitter and anime creators were literally going feral over Joey's statements on anime tourism. And in response, Joey said that anime isn't that deep, which then caused this trap take flip to resurface, where none of these lads realized that One Piece was a political anime. And it's like, come on guys, the politics in One Piece were there from the very beginning, but it evolved into this further discussion that all anime and art is inherently political. And I totally...
And I'm going to say his inflection, he's just like, and I'm going to say everything the same, because I have like this, and I'm going to keep talking like this.
Agree. The politics of Rent-A-Girlfriend really changed my life. Oh wait, that's just capitalism. So Joey...
Yep, so that's where it started from. Again, it's all Joey's, it's all the Anime Man's fault.
Joey.
Again. But yeah, that's how this all resurfaced.
Yeah,
the
Joey.
Anime Man.
What do you have to say about that?
I don't claim him. I don't claim him.
You look just alike, I think.
What? this dude is like fucking 3 shades darker than me. The fuck you on that, John?
In all honesty, in all fairness, I'm Joey too.
Wait, seriously, you're a floor man. That's your real name too?
Yeah.
Holy
if you trim New York floor man's beard to be more like Joey Anime Guy here.
Wow, small world. Holy shit.
You could impersonate him for us on stream.
This resurfaced because of the Anime Men video where Joey was criticizing the Anime Men for being tourists. It all comes back to the same freaking couple of stories. When you're online enough times, you realize that all drama circles back on itself eventually. It all comes back to the same place. It's all Joey's fault again. But I digress. I'm mostly joking around. But yeah, this clip resurfaced after the Anime Men video, and after Joey made a big deal. He made a comment also about like anime tourists being like Christopher Columbus, like some bizarre thing like that. It was a really weird comparison. Also, Rent-A-Girlfriend is political, deals with the ways that capitalism can kind of turn love and romance into an industry. Also, it promotes, if having a gay character is political, then having aggressively straight characters is also political, by that same metric.
What? How does that even make fucking sense, dude? That's just like... Because, all right, nobody's pushing a straight agenda. That's how it's like, there's a gay agenda being pushed, not a straight agenda. People are just straight. There's the gay agenda being pushed in Hollywood and politics and all of this shit. So if somebody perceives that as being political, I can understand that. But him making the comparison of saying, well, then the white, well, then the straight version would be the same thing, that's just fucking retarded. That makes no damn sense.
Fucking idiot, man.
God, you really gotta fucking
also,
let the gears in your brain run to fucking listen to these retards, man. On overtime, you gotta fucking really catch the dumb shit they say and let it register, let it sink in.
Ant went full Surus. You never go full Surus. I don't know who Surus is. Sorry, Zio Gold.
What he's saying in comments, Plenty Girlfriend's also political because the Japanese birth rate is declining at a rapid rate, and therefore a lot of shows exist promoting reproduction and promoting romance to young men to get them to, produce offspring. There's a lot of discussion there as well with that whole topic. But again, that's a little more complicated, but that's another political read of Plenty Girlfriend, and most fan service anime on that note as well. Or it could just also be entertainment.
What? That's retarded!
Both reads are simultaneously true and not mutually exclusive. But anyway, this sparked a lot of discussion and backlash against the anime man, against trash taste, and in turn, saying Hassan Piker was onto something there.
No, a lot of the people who think he was onto something are retarded.
Here that did a lot of specific stuff, but I think the one video that did the best job recently is Mother's Basement.
Over the past few months, certain cosplay
Here
props
we
been showing up in
go.
places you'd never expect. At least.
There we go. 1 second. Super chat.
Looks
Artistful
like
super
a
chatted
fucking,
$3.
Ice raid riot, no ice riot.
Yeah. Rick R says, what? Yeah, Rick R. We gotta get Rick R on for this. Hang on. John, apparently fan service anime is meant to promote young men into having offspring now, apparently.
What?
Exactly. What?
So does Ant like that or not?
I don't know.
72
It's like they live. It's all there just to say reproduce.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's deep.
Aspect I love is that plenty of the time Luffy doesn't really understand what's going on. He missed Nami's backstory and sleeped through the Fishman Islands backstory too.
Yep.
He just sees bullies and stops them with his fist.
100% agree. And welcome Just Tom
Some
as a
Ant's
reader.
fans
Welcome.
are somewhat sane. This is odd.
Yeah.
Welcome. If you want to become a reader, I'm going to post a link to the Discord at the end of the stream. To members only. You can join our Discord, have conversations, and all that good stuff.
Hang on, Stingertopia says, thank you for saying this, Amp. Most people act like those animes aren't literally saying something, even if they don't always intend that extra meaning.
If they don't intend it, then they're not saying it. You're gleaming, you're projecting that shit on there because it reinforces your beliefs.
Yeah.
You see Luffy punch a celestial dragon and you think, he just said Trump sucks and I'd punch him. It's like, but the celestial dragon was around 20 years before Trump got into politics.
Hold on. One of his comments. Oh, never mind. Good.
Surus the Skeptic, aka Neo Surus, a leftist VTuber, thinks that all good ideas come from the left wing and that people are teaching kids to be straight. What the shit?
Check this comment. This is one of Ant's peoples. This is Ant's homeboy right here. I won't watch hentai unless the elf girl is ordering a pizza and the orc pizza delivery really needs that cash.
What?
So he has a hentai. He's in a hentai crowd.
Okay.
He's a hentai guy.
The fuck is wrong with these people?
He likes seeing chicks getting fucked by tentacles.
I have been MIA from the Discord for a couple of days now because child taken care of, but
we're sure. Yeah, sure, and
I think his whole thing is just Ant's excuse to be lazy with his content. He's just like, I got a kid, I can't make that video this week. I got a kid, I can't talk on the Discord. Sorry.
We're sorry.
I'll get around to it. Don't worry. Welcome, Shark Jumping Walrus. Thank you, member, for 10 months. That's impressive and really great.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so the big video, I think,
there's another idiot joins the ranks.
Right here is Mother's Basement's video. Now, Mother's Basement is another one of those long running anime YouTube accounts. I like Mother's Basement quite a bit. I know some people don't like him too much. I love his stuff. I think it's really informative and interesting.
Darth Ninja
Clip
65
that
super
one,
chatted.
Backseater. I like
what?
I like Mother's Basement quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's not talking about the channel. He's just talking about his actual mother's basement.
Yeah.
It's like, mother
$5.
tells me to kill people sometimes, and I have to do it. But I love Mother's Basement. He's fucking Norman Bates over here.
I realized anime was political when I saw Astro Boy beat up what looked like a row of Klansmen when I was a child.
Freaking love Astro Boy. That's
What? Alright, whatever then.
a good one too.
Show me the political party that says, like, I love the Ku Klux Klan. If you guys are gonna say, like, it's political. Like, there's fucking idiots all the time. This is like somebody beats up a rapist and you're like, oh my gosh, so political. It's like, no, everybody doesn't like them.
I don't think KKK members are watching Dragon Ball Z. You know who watches Dragon Ball Z? Black kids who skateboard.
Black people, yeah.
Hey. Anybody who grew up in the late 90s and was on after school watches Dragon Ball Z. We watched the same fucking Saiyan episodes for years before they finally hyped up. They're like, we're getting new episodes finally. We're like, oh, thank Christ.
Peter Thiel thinks he's Luffy. Oh, he also thinks the Antichrist is everywhere, so I guess that adds up.
Yokai Lover 699 super chatted $5. While content of a work can be apolitical, its context can be.
Exactly. All work is political in that the context...
No, it isn't.
Oh, all work is political because we can make up something political and shoehorn it the fuck in there.
Yeah.
Which is written is political. You know, we all produce work in a political body, in a political environment, and all work reflects or responds or engages with the politique of our era. That means that no matter what we do, art always exists as a political work. In fact, speaking your mind freely is in itself a political act. An exercise in freedom of speech.
Why the fuck can I watch old shit and I know nothing about the politics that it was produced in, and yet I will glean the same good shit off of it as somebody who did watch it at that time? Maybe because it's like separated from the politics of the time. Maybe because it has nothing to do with it. Maybe because some authors, people who are like actual authors, not dipshits like you that can only like glob onto the current thing. Maybe because they actually like think about more of an all-timey kind of sense. Like Oda literally read books about old Vikings and shit. Like he wasn't thinking about modern day politics in Japan when he was writing One Piece.
Yeah, and apparently, and speaking of authors and shit, Ant, when's your book being released? You keep saying you have a
kid. I have a kid now, Backseat. I can't write a book right now.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's the George R. R. Martin of YouTube?
Yeah.
Is itself political. Now, the question isn't so much whether works are political in nature, but rather, can work express political ideas? Can work engage politically with
random shit political like the other side likes oppression, so anything anti-oppression is political now. It's like, no, you just decided that.
Yeah, Zeagull, Ant just up and said that he can't watch or read anything to enjoy it, but to see if it has his political views. He pretty much did, yeah.
What did Oda mean by this?
We gotta get Zeo Gold on one of these days, man.
I just love the picture of, like, Oda, like, fucking drawn tits and shit, and he's just like, and then Luffy punches the big bad guy, and then Ant reading it later is just like, what did Oda mean by this?
Yeah.
He's like the fucking Dokes in the Dexter meme. He's just like got his hands to him. He's like, I know Oda was political with this. I just can't prove it yet.
Yeah.
The iconography of the iconography. Wow, the iconography of our words. Wow, words.
Today, Junior.
Yeah.
Isn't Anime America kind of sus? Anime America is kind of sus. Yeah, that's fair. They are a little sus.
What does that mean? They're sus. They're Republican? Like what?
I don't know.
Sus, where I'm from, sus means that somebody's fruity. It means like, oh, he's a little sus, man. Watch out for that guy. He might try to tickle your taint.
Oh, here, look at this asshole. To be clear, politics are about the government and social commentaries of humans and their interactions with others. I mean, when you really boil it down, they're kind of both the same because the government is made up of people and the government interacts with other people, so they're kind of the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't put politics in all of that. Like, me just saying hello to someone and being nice is not me making a political stance. I would hope everybody of any political affiliation is, like, polite.
Mother Basement put out a video about One Piece and politics therein. We are not going to watch the entire video because I recommend you watch it yourself because it is a fantastic.
In other words, I'm lazy.
Dive into One Piece and the politics of One Piece in a way that is clearly from someone who has a thorough understanding of One Piece, way more thorough than I do. I like One Piece, but Mother's Basement dives in real deep. That's because the Death Note one shot was actually had Trump. Oh yeah, no. So the Kyle's mentioning this in the comments. I'll mention it right here. The Death Note he goes into detail about Luffy as a freedom fighter.
Police corruption. Skypiea is about colonialism and its ties to the romanticized age of exploration.
No, you fucking.
Fishman Island deals with
the fucking explorers aren't even the bad guys in that. Like Nolan, who's the guy he was just showing there when he was talking about colonizers and shit and like exploration. He's like the Christopher Columbus of that story, and yet he's portrayed as a good guy. So I guess it's pro-Columbus in your guys' analogy.
With civil rights and the evils of racial supremacy, Alabasta and Dressrosa both examine from different angles how covert.
Like, the guy who was discriminated against in that arc is fucking evil. Like, it involves slavery, but it's not anything like one-to-one with our world because it makes the enslaved person out to be fucking evil.
Rosa both examine from different angles how covert foreign actors can destabilize and subvert sovereign states. Water 7 is about basically the CIA doing that and leads directly into a vicious spoof of Japan's guilty until proven innocent court system. Wano explores the pros and cons of open borders with a little side of trans rights. Sabo's backstory is all about how elites develop.
Wow, just a bunch
guy
of just rapid
overwhelmed.
fire retardation. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these I have already like talked about, so I'm not gonna talk about them again. But, yeah, the Wano thing, the pros and cons of open, wouldn't that just be like inherently anti-leftist because it's saying that like whenever he opened up the border, they want to open up the border, sure, but it's also like this dude coming in and just manufacturing weapons and shit when he actually manages to get in. So their isolationism would have saved them.
Yeah. Anyway.
Divide and conquer through social stratification. Robin's backstory shows how history can be twisted and erased to control political narratives in the Smithsonian. The entire Summit War saga is about the corruption and politicization of justice itself. Long Ring Longland is about cheating scandals in the Laugh Olympics. It's a very political manga. And when you dig deeper to look at the underlying narrative connecting those arcs, you find revolutionary politics baked into One Piece and Luffy's very DNA. Literally.
There are bad guys and good guys. That's not political. Oh my god, he's gonna use the same fucking argument. They get so much mileage out of this background poster.
Yeah.
It's a picture of Che Guevara hanging prominently in his studio, and he's based more than one character on his
prominently.
You know, I feel like Oda, being an artist, would probably have that picture in his office as like reference material for his drawings, right?
He just had the gall to say after he zoomed in on it in the background and had to like blow it up. He's like featured prominently. It's, like, bro, it's so blurry you can barely make out what the fuck it is because it's so far in the background. It's not
tilted to the side and shit.
Yeah.
And like woke shit, I'm gonna come. Yeah. Zia Gold says last time I checked, leftists are the ones rewriting history. Yeah.
And one character on his likeness and history, including Monkey D. Luffy's own father, Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army. Now, Luffy,
again, right there.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of that does echo what Hassan also said, but a lot of it's more additive.
Okay, Ant or Hassan or whatever. Show me the Republican who's against the American Revolution, because that was a revolution. It's in the name.
Revolution starts now.
That's pretty agreed upon by both sides of the political spectrum here. So
yes,
yeah, everybody's fine with revolution if they think they're beating bad guys. That's not really one side of the political
and
aisle.
each side looks at the other side like the bad guys.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
And he makes the bad guys like comically evil so that they could not be compared to anybody in a modern world. Like I said, they don't even want to breathe the same air. They just walk around fucking shooting people that they view as beneath them. They wear space suits. So they don't have to touch anybody.
Literally,
They fucking call in, like, basically if you even touch a celestial dragon, they call in an admiral and nuke the entire island.
Right.
Meanwhile,
Anyway,
Trump's out here like dancing with people in Malaysia, and they're like, "Oh my god, what a fucking fascist!" It's like, yeah, if one of them touched them and he decided to blow up all the islands, then he would be like a celestial dragon.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Because he goes way more in depth than Hassan does in that little clip. But yeah, that's just a brief clip of a much longer video. I recommend you watch the whole thing. It is half hour of fantastic deep diving into One Piece, way deeper than I ever could.
Reaffirms all my
Fantastic
beliefs
stuff.
and I
Anything
orgasmed.
I say really is echoing what Mother's Basement says. So I recommend you just watch it for yourself after the stream.
Wow, so
but
you
this
have no
begins
thoughts of
discussion.
your own.
If One Piece is so overtly political, and anime fans can watch it and just go, "Oh, cool, rubber guy punch hard, really good," then how do you not pick up on the fact that that show is political? What is it about anime that seems so often to be something?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the fact that
in pretzels to make it political, it's not obvious. It's asinine when you.
The fact that I think the fact that it's not that obvious and it has to be pointed out proves it isn't fucking obvious. It proves it isn't really.
It will take this is a story that is sold fucking I forget how many hundreds of millions of copies. It's got tens of millions of fans around the globe. And Ant will see 40,000 of the same people liking every fucking political One Piece tweet, and he'll be like, "Oh, so many fans think it's political." It's like, no, it's the same fucking 40,000 people out of millions. So it's an extreme minority. They just circle jerk each other so constantly that you think that it's the majority.
Yeah.
Something that we overlook in terms of the specific political elements therein. I think it's also because when we think of politics, we think of, for better or worse, Star Wars. We think of the Star Wars prequels where you have these big councils where people all meet up and talk and say, "Oh, we're going to talk about a vote of no confidence against Chancellor Valerum."
In universe politics, I don't think of that as an allegory for our world. I think of them as discussing the politics of their world. Of course, they have governments and shit in their galaxy.
Out the borders, and we're going to talk about this, and we don't think of oh no, the day-to-day politics of life. What this has ramifications for the individual person.
Whip super chatted $2. Geoff's speech about Gear 5 in that video rules.
Oh yeah, everything Geoff says in this video is great, but specifically that part about Gear 5, fantastic, love it. No notes. He did not leave any crumbs behind for this video. It's a fantastic video.
Tell me he didn't make Gear 5 political. Gear 5 is when Luffy literally gets cartoon powers and starts using the villain as a big jump rope and fucking getting googly eyes and he gets blown up and he shakes off the ash like a cartoon. It's literally just the most goofy apolitical thing you could ever see.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But again, I want to point out here, didn't engage at all with the ideas, engage deeply. Is anime that deep? Well, why would we not want to engage it on a deeper level?
Because people just want a show to watch. How about that?
Maybe it wasn't meant to be engaged. This isn't even being deep. This is just making up shit and then talking about it afterwards. Engaging on a deep level would imply that there is something there that's legitimate. Your shit ain't legitimate. You're just making it up. We're engaging with the show on the show's level that it actually gave us.
Literally,
so we're just engaging honestly is how I would say it. You're engaging dishonestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, Bonsai Pop also released a video shortly thereafter.
With your tax.
Gelatin Skeleton super chatted $5. Shout out to the Drock Show for being my go-to One Piece channel for political, historical anal YSIS.
Hey, you hear it first. Shout out to
historical anal.
Absolutely. Recommend that.
Hey, you there, don't skip the ad. Hey, you there, don't skip about politics. Nothing. So shut up. You may have heard on the internet, unless you have a real dickhead in your life that talks to you like that in person. And if that's the case, I say you should have more respect for yourself and remove them from your existence.
About politics. Shut up.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Rude and wrong. Hopefully. Anyway.
Just came from OSP.
Wait, people get really right.
Oh, geez, this guy's hip and cool and based. Well, based on that one clip, no, he isn't.
Riled up when it comes to anime, which is silly because it's anime. There's maybe possibly more important things going on. I don't know. I exist only in your viewing device. Where do you exist? Maybe it's a hug box where you have the misconception that fans of anime are cool, open-minded people, because some are, but not all. Not all.
And that's the problem too. Again, Bonsai Pop's video, also really good. Also recommend you watch it. This argues that anime fans, though, are very antagonistic towards people who present the concepts of politics in anime.
I wonder why.
Video that just came out, I think, yesterday from Colleen Mangarex, whose channel I really think is really good.
Man,
right here.
I really just need something scary to make me. A lot of people were getting on his ass for using a terribly.
Oh, jeez, look at this fucking dyke right here. Holy shit.
Overblown analogy.
Oh.
His response.
They just went after Anime Man. Okay, no, go ahead. Right here.
All art is political is a saying you may have seen floating around the internet in the past few weeks, especially if you're on the side of the internet that belongs to discourse around anime and manga. This is thanks to the YouTuber and podcast bro, the Anime Man, who recently decided to take into his own hands the problem.
Urban super chatted $5. I feel bad for MB. He was a bit of a punching bag back in the day, and it took me far too long to realize much of the backlash he got wasn't very fair.
100%. Mother's Basement does a lot of good work. People forget that. I think people kind of, for whatever reason, I think it's also because of his affiliation with Crunchyroll. But right now, he's one of the only big anime YouTubers talking about all the problems with Crunchyroll. Like, people were saying he was like a Crunchyroll shill for a while, but then like he's the only guy criticizing Crunchyroll on a specific level, very overtly. I'm like, oh, not the only one. That's an over-exaggeration, but of the big channels, he's one of the few that are. Yeah, no. So again, Colleen's video also fantastic. Also watch Colleen's Manga Rex. Good.
Shut up, bitch.
But yeah, no, they go on the same topic of discussion here too.
Problem of anime tourists. In that video of his, he compares the genocide of indigenous people in the Americas by Columbus and his goons to that of tourists taking over anime. Consequently, a lot of people were getting on his ass for using a terribly overblown analogy, and his response to all of that was
making
it way too overly political for your own good. It's just not my problem. Okay? It's really not that deep.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Since then, what has ensued
I'll
is
help.
a
I'll
endless
help with
back
this
and forth
woman's
between
video.
it's not that deep grifters and well-meaning people who consistently won't stop engaging with blue cheese. Clips of a previous Trash Taste episode where Hassan Piker was on and he's saying One Piece is political, to what seems to be jeers from the likes of Joey. Notorious accounts like Chibi Reviews posting on Twitter that anime can't be political. Look at the jibble physics on this.
We'll get to Chibi later. We'll get to him tonight. Don't worry. I will not. I'm not going to talk about channels I like all night. I'm not going to talk about things I enjoy. Again.
Oh God. I talk about things I enjoy. I'm not hateful like those Gwifters. Yeah, Jacob, that bitch never had good sex in her life. Yeah.
Get into the discussions of the meat of the point.
This bitch. Poor woman.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. The culture war on the politics of anime has reached a fever pitch, and I don't believe that either side has adequately fought for what their philosophies actually are. Because, yes, whether art is inherently political is a philosophy. And despite what some people might try to say, anime and manga are art too. Which means like all other art forms, it is subject to criticisms and philosophical ideals that have been around since at least the 18th.
Alright, I'm just about checked out from this shit. Does he go over anyone else? Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who this guy
That's
is.
a very provocative pose.
I don't know who this guy is.
She looks like she's enjoying the bondage. Good for her.
This guy seems is the anime tourist problem in all anime's political crowd tries to cancel the anime. This guy seems pretty based, I'll say, like judging by the title. What else do we got? I'm just gonna skim through shit here. God, and is spending a lot of time on this guy. Fuck. He was ranting for vengeance.
Yeah. He was
Woke
Japanese.
manga gets destroyed by fans. Embraced old manga and anime. Yeah, pretty much. Eric July, of course. Of course, Ant gets triggered
like,
over
this
it.
fucking racist Uncle Tom. Look at how he made that black chick have big boobs. We all know black chicks don't have good boobs.
Yeah. Alright, I'm done with this fucking stream. Are you guys?
Yeah.
Sucked ass. Fuck. You guys got anything else you guys want to watch, or are we done for tonight?
I'm good.
Well-
I'm gonna go play some Resident Evil.
I just want to ask, you guys ever see an episode of South Park about the realtors where they're all posing back and like their backs are breaking, they're posing so hard?
No.
Oh, well, I just looked at my mail and it's exactly Alicia's eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But-
she don't look too bad. I might have to buy something.
Damn.
Yeah, it's that South Park pose.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, closing arguments for this stream. John.
I hope Ant and all of his followers watch the Silver Shamrock giveaway from Halloween 3. Make sure to watch the whole commercial with your Silver Shamrock mask on. For anybody who hasn't seen Halloween 3, don't worry about it. Just watch.
Yeah.
All the kids get their face turned into fucking worms.
Anything, final stuff here?
No, but if you want to see a movie that really fucks you up for life, watch a Serbian film.
Yeah, that film will fuck you up, yeah. Briscoe, final arguments?
Oh, jeez. And you mutant fucking retard.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that,
I don't know what the fuck to say about that guy other than that.
Briscoe is abusing me.
Anyways, guys, so we'll see y'all next time. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, please give it a thumbs up, comment below if you thought of the stream, subscribe over streams like this, and we'll see you guys next time in the backseat. Take care.